Hello, welcome to the stream, everyone. For those watching the recording, welcome. Hold on, let me take out my AirPods. There we go. There we go. All right, welcome to the stream, everyone. Uh-oh, did I mess up something? Hold on. There we go. It's not my birth. Oh my god. Hi, Amara. It is not my birthday. Good lord. I love you too. Good lord. Alright. Oh yeah. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're going to be continuing where we left off last time. We were playing the visual novel Heaven Will Be Mine by the same people who created, what do you call it? We Know the Devil, which was a text adventure game. Or not text adventure, kind of like visual novel RPG kind of style. This one is mech inspired. With a lot of like Gundam type beats, but with lots of subtext, queer and trans related themes as well, which I fucking love about this. And Cybernetic Sir, welcome to the stream. I like first time chat member, awesome. Yep, Gundam and Evangelion mentioned, yes. We've been playing through this visual novel since last stream. We started new. It's called Heaven Will Be Mine. It's great. There's a lot of trans and LGBTQ plus type beats in this. There's there's like several lesbian relationships in the visual novel as well. So it's like we're all here for it. You have We Know the Devil in my followed categories. Awesome. I played We Know the Devil a while back. I need to play it on stream. It had me in tears. AVB and Max Schwartz, are they the creators of this? I didn't look at the creators of the visual novels. I have to go look at the Steam page. Let me go look at it real quick. Also, wait, who just... Oh my god, is that Freya? I swear to god. Oh my god, Freya. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, writer and artist. Let me go look at the Steam page. I wanna look. Featured. Heaven will be mine. It's the yes. Fruby Plooby Boopy. Nice. Worst girl games. I remember, yeah, that's the developers. Pill Fight. Well, they made a lot of things. Yes, we are all the worst girl gamers. Bold choice of name? What is it? Nepotism paid off. Dog killer. Interesting. I like how we're all just like focused on it and Amara's over there talking about Sky. Oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, welcome all those new to the stream. We will get to it, I guess. I'll go ahead and turn off Spotify. Skyrim. Skyrim. I need to play Skyrim, but first things first. Let me go ahead and... Where is the game? Did I not save it to my desktop? Oh shit. Okay. Well, scuff stream already. Let me go ahead and move my PNG tuber. There we go. Skylanders. Oh my god, Skylanders. I will fucking nerd out about Skylanders all day long. Me and my brother played that series for fucking years. We collected all the figures we could. We sadly stopped by the third game, and that was kind of where our interest petered out. But god, I could go on about that game. Like some of the writing choices. Me and my brother used to play with Legos, and we create like stories around them, and we had a lot of Skylanders influence in those stories. Was Dog Killer being described as a narrative-focused, choice-driven RPG about hanging out, hooking up, and making rent in a dystopian science fantasy future. So the typical. Got it. But yeah, no, don't you dare start talking about Skylanders. Amara, don't you dare. But don't start talking to Skylanders about me, Freya, because I will talk your ear off about it. Alright, no, that's not your phone. Everyone mind. There we go, play. I love you too, Amara. Yes, you open Pandora's box, but lucky for you, I have to focus for this because there's a lot of reading involved. You played the first one. The first one will always be my favorite. All right, let's get back to stream in. So hopefully that works. Gay home stuff. Yeah. Yep, correct. Why is the game cut? Is it not working? Why is it not working? Why is this not working? Huh, this is odd. We're having technical difficulties already. Scuff stream. Oh my god. Why? Okay, so OBS is being fucking weird again. I need to figure out... Can I use the window capture, maybe? No, that's not it. Okay, game capture. There we go. Hopefully that works. Whoa, okay. There we go. Okay. Hopefully this works. Alright, can y'all hear the no... Alright, let me see if I can hear the... Alright, let me see if I can hear the... There we go. Okay, audio is working. You probably heard double audio there for a second. Okay. Okay. God. It goes in the square hole. Oh my god. What is wrong with y'all? I swear to god. Alright. Saturn, day 3. I forgot what we were doing. Did we not save? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I actually... Okay, so Cyber, you weren't there. So since you're the first stream here, last stream I actually got to like the Lagrange point space station, where it is assumed like that colony was started that Earth nuked because they were like they were in the way or something like that, and I romanced Pluto and we kissed. But I didn't fucking save it, so I'm back here where I got shot by Lunaterra. God, on Mars. God fucking damn it. Shit. I forgot to save. I forgot which one I not get shot by Lunaterra. Yeah. Speed run time? Sure. Well, Amara didn't see a lot of the game either, so she'll be able to get to see like half of it, I guess. Not get shot by Lunaterra. Okay, but like that wouldn't be hot. Alright? Getting shot by a sniper lady is kind of hot, alright? And I think that's what this entire fucking game is about. Counterpoint. Do you know it wouldn't be hot? Look, Saber. This is a lesbian visual novel. I need to satiate. Hot sniper ladies is a common yes. Freya, there is one of the playable characters, and if you don't choose them, you fight against them, is like this stone cold sniper lady with this fuck off old like mech that like she is like a survivor of like the previous war or something like that, and she is so fucking hot, like holy shit. I know some gamers want Lunaterra to take them out with the blood before. God, is it that strong of a stereotype, Cyber? I'm sorry. Let's talk about CQC. Look, no, CQC is my what do you call it? My forte, alright? I'm a double melee player in Armored Core 6. I will stream Armored Core 6 sometime in the future and will show off my CQC skills. What? Anyways, I'm getting fucking distracted. I need to actually play the game. Yes, let's get no-scoped. World Foundation Advances. Never forgotten, never for gold. Or something like that. I don't know. The balance shifts because Lunaterra could hold still and Saturn couldn't. For context, for those who haven't seen this yet, basically, we got to Mars. There is absolutely no context because I feel like this... Do you guys think Blue, you know? Oh my god. Anyways, we were going up against Lunaterra because Saturn, the character I'm playing, is a fucking idiot, and I love him. So they're going to fight Lunaterra, you know, a highly trained killer in a ranged mech, basically. And so we ended up in the city, and we're dodging between buildings, and they're shooting at us. It's kind of weird though because you actually don't play the combat; you have to read it out. So it's kind of a little odd in that regard. But like, I kind of dig it, like the way it works. But yeah. Anyways, so the balance shifts because Lunaterra could hold still and Saturn couldn't. Correct for gravity, it's unsettlingly weak. Correct for cold, blurry, starry daylight for the fragile Aries atmosphere. Oh yeah, that's another thing. A lot of the planets are renamed. So Mars is renamed to Aries. Sniping from the remains of the Capitol Spire is like being just an eye and a trigger finger, a thrilling place for Lunaterra to fight. Correct for wind, it's skittish and powerless. Correct for gravity, there's still too much of it. Correct for the nuisance of this infant planet that will never be. Skirting along the abandoned roads of the city that never was is like being an exposed nerve, a thrilling place for Saturn to fight. I see you. Lunaterra squeezes the trigger for the 17th time. The cover couldn't protect string of pearls from Lunaterra's eyes, and it sure can't protect her from her trigger finger. Oh, that's another thing, is our mech's name is it's a giant cat mech named String of Pearls. You'll love that, Amara. But yeah. Engage reactor, initiate inertial control. The slug whips right by Saturn, and that's 7 times dodged. The 4 stringing holes in her chassis, marching closer to the String of Pearls' heart, mark what happens when she doesn't. Getting shot still sucks. Saturn isn't used to it. Kivy, yes, Kivy. That one was so close. That was really, really close. Tell me, I'm getting better, right? No way, it's just luck. You've gone from getting hit all the time to getting hit half of the time. That's better, but what you want is to be hit none of the time. Don't tell me what I want. Maybe I love being shot. You wouldn't be the first. Fuck you, Cyber, by the way. A string of pearls named after a feature of Saturn's respective planetary body. A string of storms? Oh, wait, is it... Oh, it's named after... Okay, so... Saturn, some really problematic people. Shut the fuck up, okay? Anyways, but no, interesting thing. I didn't realize that was the reference to it. So Saturn, every now and then, like where Jupiter has had its red spots for about a couple centuries now, Saturn every couple decades or so, gets a storm that only lasts for about a week or so, and it gets a string of them that start circling around the planet basically, and they're usually white, at least in the visible spectrum from the pictures that we take. But like what we actually see if you were next to the planet would be very different than what a space camera sees. But anyways, that's a completely different story that goes into remote sensing. Yeah, likewise the Mars Tisium and Crew Magala. I don't know what Crew Magala actually means. And Mare Christium. I need to look that up later, though. Remind me to look that up later. It has something to do with Pluto, or some kind of black hole, though, right? Is my guess. Immaculate. Oh, because that's her whole theme. It's like she's too perfect. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right. Anyways. All right. Enough hyperfixation. I'm getting back. Sea of Crisis on Luna. Oh, one of the seas. Okay, for context, seas on Moon are because back in the olden times, about several hundred years ago, when we were looking at the Moon, the big black spots, which are actually basalt fields, that were large lava lakes at one point when the Moon was forming, they were called seas because the people looking up at the Moon thought those were actual seas. So that's why when you hear the Sea of Tranquility when they're talking about the Apollo landing missions, it's because no, they're landing on this basalt flats on the Moon. But yeah. Crew Macala is a darkened plane on Pluto. Okay, that makes sense. I need to go refresh my what do you call it? Feature names on different planets. Because like everyone knows like Olympus Mons and shit like that, I guess. But I need to learn like the more nitty-gritty ones, I think. Anyways, wow, weird. You must fight some really problematic people. Some pilots find entry swings to pass the time. God damn it. I kind of get the appeal. What else is there to do? If you didn't love getting shot so much, you wouldn't run around space shooting each other. It's just like the Gundam motto. Sorry. If that's true, why did you come here to fight? If that's true, why did you come here? There's nothing left to fight over on Ares for anyone. Give me one thing to do more fun than look demure and get shot at. Someone has to do the shooting. That tells me is what position you favor, but it doesn't answer my question. I forgot about that part. I'm taking evasive maneuvers. If I dodge the next one, answer my question. I won't answer the first one, but I'll answer a different one. If you dodge. Saturn gets so quiet. She gets so still, yet her heart is thumping. Her reactor is thrumming with resonance. It's obvious Lunaterra is sniping her from the tower, the city's last and tallest building. But now suddenly, she isn't too sure. She isn't sure if she knows where Lunaterra is, or if she knows anything about her at all. What did her face look like again? Hit! It's not that Saturn wasn't on the ready. She's baiting. She knows exactly what she's doing. Lunaterra just guessed for the half second where Saturn wasn't ready, and slipped her solid light bullet in that space. The shot lands right in her throat, and for a moment Saturn's just, I'm dead, but she's not. Then she hurts so bad that she wants to die, but then she's just mistaking very different things that String of Pearls feels instead of that. It's not really pain, but it's a feeling so overwhelming it shuts Saturn down like pain would. It's fascinating, full of information. Lunaterra, you're not doing a very good job of convincing me not to try and get shot. What's your reason to fight, buddy? God. Now I wonder what feeling is of pain but shuts a person. Yeah, interesting. You're not doing a good job of convincing me not to try and get shot. I've heard that one before. Sure, having fun. What makes you think that? Well, how I know? When correcting for gravity, the impression you leave in space weighs a little for a second like... Well, someone might say it's like an eye roll. I think it's kind of like a giggle, too. Maybe that counts as a hit. You don't win cat and mouse games by batting every time a head pokes out. Except somehow you do. You're good at making people not follow their own better instincts. You shouldn't be getting me to teach you to fight fair. You do much better like this. Aw, thank you. I don't fight fair because I have absolutely no idea how to fight. But this is why I hate you, Lunatera. You just don't get it. I want to beat you at something you're good at. You're really tough. Not your sniping, which can't stop me at all, but how you're totally impenetrable. You're doing something tricky. What are you doing? It's still my question, my hit, that's my rules. Why are you here? Firstly, because I refuse to ever be bored, just like you. Secondly, wiping that smug expression off your face is my deepest desire, so teach me how to weave through your fire and sink my claws into you. What's the third reason? Not telling. I already gave you one for free. Nice dodge. My question then. Dodge a real one first. Pew pew! Sorry. Lunatera fires and Saturn leaps forward directly into it. The bullet misses, her tail sparks, and she thrusts through the atmosphere. How's that? Good work. But you have to keep up. Lunatera lures a bolt straight through her leg, and Saturn crumples. But the moment her limbs heal, Saturn leaps again. She's ready for the next bullet, but not for the one behind it, and that one's a clean shot, right through her no stopping power at all, and she leaps through again, and is gone in the rubble before Lunatera can land another shot. Is that more dodges or more hits? Counterpoint, here's my opinion on getting shot so far. Fills my brain with overwhelming of information and barely stops me from doing anything at all because I'm in control of an impossible space war machine. So you can actually say you really hit me? Flawed argument. Really disappointing, and I was expecting a lot better. Am I losing? Can I ever lose? Know how I wondered about you shoot me? I don't think so. I don't actually think so. This machine is never going to lose. You can pin me down. You might be so much better than me. I couldn't beat you in a million years, but I will keep trying to beat you with dumb luck. Maybe that is true. You never hit me. Why are you here? Did you know that there's a theory that ship shells can't actually be destroyed? For context, for those who haven't watched yet, ship shells are the names for the mechs in this universe, basically. It's like Gundams or armored cores. Hold on, I need to look at chat, actually. I see why you compared me to Saturn. That does like something. Yeah, not just because they're also piloting a giant kitty robot, which you would probably do. Anyways, did you know that there's a theory that ship shells can't actually be destroyed? You can break as much of them as you want, but the gravity engine will always pull it back into shape. As long as you're sufficiently tenacious, you can survive anything, and try again, until you get it right. So you do get what this machine is for. My least favorite person in the world came up with that theory, and this is the ship shelf to test it, so naturally I know all about it. But it's true that no one has died. That's why they get to say that there's still no war in space. Dodging my question again? But in practice, wrecking a ship shelf until both the pilot and the ship give up is indistinguishable. Because you can become so broken, continuing is impossible, even if they can't kill you. You can be changed. You think you can do that to me? Or is that what you want to have happen to you? I have, to people who have much more fun with this than you do. Ha! This don't call it a war is nothing but you play fighting. All it takes is someone not playing along to ruin it all. A solid light slick passes so close to Saturn's head the heat chars her face black. But it's not a hit. She incremented to the left 0.5 seconds before impact. Oh, you're getting better. It's definitely my question now. I'm still answering. That theory has not been disproven. It's more than likely true. But this is something you should know first. Your body can't be killed or destroyed, but it can be changed. When you are hit, truly hit, you're bent into a different kind of shape, and through that you can change. I think you should ask yourself if you're ready for that before you say you want to play with me for real. Speaking from experience, about that always bleeding wound on your ship shelf, it's not always a bad thing to change. Last one. If you can't dodge this, I don't think you're ready. Once again, Saturn feels Lunaterra slipping away. She's not here. She's not anywhere. She never was. Once again, it's my hit! Electricity explodes from the target point and connects back to the origin. It starts from where Lunaterra is, and when it connects back to Saturn, fast as light, the course correction defines the pathway retroactively. Wow! I'm an idiot. This is great. You're not supposed to be ecstatic about someone getting the best of you. That's my move. Sorry. I was condescending before. Next time we fight, it'll be for real. What if I don't want to fight? Then that'll be real then too. Fuck, I love this visual novel so fucking much. Sorry. Where was I? Game. Alright, comms. Also, more context for people who haven't watched this yet. Mercury is like our operator, basically. Mara, I swear to fuck. Yeah, ship shells are less by attritional molecular, more like a perfect body and cannot kill and cannot be killed. Perfect body that cannot kill and cannot be killed. What if the means of making war was arguments and makeouts and brawls, not murder? Yeah, exactly. It's almost like not true. Gundam is a lot about destroying big robots, but there is the element of Gundam that I see a lot kind of overlap with Kojima and Metal Gear type shit, which is like philosophers duking it out with fists, basically, is kind of how I put it. It's like it's what I love about Gundam as well, is like it's not a battle of who has like the super awesome robot, it's the ideas duking it out with fists, basically, and I fucking love that. And that's kind of like what's going on here, but like in a very different way as well. It honestly, my brother really likes to make TTRPGs himself that go into like very philosophical concepts like this. I actually played a mecha-based TTRPG with him that he calls Feedback. That is very much takes on a lot from Gundam and Armored Core. Titty RPGs. Oh my god. No, but oh god, I want him to play this to see the concepts that are in this visual novel. However, I think A, he would hate that there is no actual combat, and B, he's not a lesbian. He'd probably hate the lesbian romances, or like he'd feel uncomfortable, I think, honestly. Anyways, back to our operator. So Mercury, Captain told me to thank you for the data stream. You're very welcome. Do you have new results for me? Yes, I'll encrypt them. Thank you, you're the best, Heart. I guess there's no point asking what you want them for. Smiley face. How afraid should I be? I'm just trying to fulfill our mission, Mercury. You know that. I'm going to tell him you're as inscrutable and petulant as ever. Aw, please, I don't want your hubby to hate me. Why do you always call Ganymede the captain anyway, lol? Because some of us have a sense of discretion. Aw, Captain's pet's so well behaved. You're one to talk, Saturn. You're going to end up on the pound of one of these days if you're going through any more superior officers. No, it's cute. You both tidally locked that quick. You're making all the lesbians jealous. Then act like it, Saturn. I will not apologize for locking it down. I have my fill of being a pet. I don't really want to be a pet either. You're learning to love yourself. But I'd like to be as a toy. That's even worse. No, it's better. Plastic and metal can be molded into any kind of shape. You can smooth over and change whatever you want. You only have to accept the interference you're designed for. A toy never gets to do anything. It just sits there looking pretty. Mercury, what do you think I want? Don't you love how our ship cells evoke so much? Just by being plastic in the silhouette of a human? These beam weapons are my fingertips. This chassis is my tits. But there are also beam weapons and impenetrable chassis. They can shred the plastic all they want, but they can't touch me. Plastic can't get hurt, but you still can be, don't forget. People fawn over objects they worship them. I want to be the product they obsess over. I thought you were tired of getting thrown away. I'm not for individual retail sale. Look, don't touch. One of a kind, not sold in stores. I remember the conversation when I was playing through this several weeks ago. Anyways, I really fucking love the dialogues in this game. Anyways, I need to read. Super Robot Wars really gets the essence too. There's often a strong focus on interpersonal dialogue conflict rather than killing, to the point that the very few actual character deaths occur. When they do, they're usually in the final battles during suicide. Super Robot Wars also loves talking, fighting your enemies into joining them, which is always a fun, funny, and is very heaven will be mine. Yeah, I need. What is Super Robot Wars exactly? I probably should look into that. It sounds actually really cool. Anyways, annual Academy student rating. Oh yeah, this was I think when the Memorial Foundation. That, if I remember, Memorial Foundation is from Earth. It's kind of like them. Was rating Mercury. Uh, Author Memorial Foundation Space Academy Archives. I won't rate them. They're still learning. Given this, Halamede is underperforming based on the expectations that you set out for her. I told you the projections were completely divorced from reality. Repeatedly for this very reason. The authority she may have wielded on Earth means nothing up here. I should add, because I know you'll forget it as early as convenient, that she is performing very highly compared to her peer group in the specific areas that you seem to consider so highly. Yes, even compared to your Generation 1 aces, she has the potential to surpass them. No, so stop asking if she has surpassed the top one yet. I prefer to keep those two as separate as possible for interpersonal reasons. Halamede is too competitive and easily impressed to not make me worry about placing her in close contact with the number one ace. Your attempts to put those two in the same room has not gone unnoticed to me. Do you just love drama, Iapetus, or is there something else you believe is more important than the health of our pilots? So from what I understand so far, Iapetus is, well, number one, the ex of both Saturn and Mercury. Mercury is still on talking terms with Iapetus, but it seems like Iapetus is extremely manipulative. However, they are the head of the organization around Saturn that wants to achieve transhumanism, basically, away from Earth, and the Lunaterra Foundation? I'm trying to remember. So, Memorial Foundation is from Earth. Yeah, Iapetus first person in space, bar none. I don't know how bad Iapetus was yet. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, if I know, so Memorial Foundation is from Earth, and they want everyone to return to Earth, basically. The organization that Pluto is part of, I forgot what they're called. I forgot where they're from, but basically they want humans to stay in a space where they've lived for already a long time. It's very Gundam, basically. Like, it kind of reminds me of The Expanse a lot, where you have the Belters versus people of Earth and Mars, basically. And then there's the organization that Saturn is not exactly working for, because Saturn doesn't really work for anybody, but stole a string of pearls from. They want to achieve transhumanism, and they had a bunch of like pilots ready to do that, including Mercury, Saturn, and a couple others, I think. Do I have that right, or do I need to replay the game again? But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close, at least. More Foundation wants everyone home safely. They're the most Earth-aligned. Cradle's Graces, yes. What's the third space everyone go home? Celestial Mechanics wants to go full transhuman without limitations. Yeah. So Pluto is working for Cradle's Graces. Lunaterra is working for Memorial Foundation, the Feds. That's the only reason. That is the one, like, con of Lunaterra. She's working for the Feds. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. And Saturn is quote-unquote working for Celestial Mechanics. But Celestial Mechanics is headed by Iapetus, and he's a fucking bitch, basically. Or they, I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. Bye, Amara. Have fun. Yeah. A girl can dream, though. Anyways, what was I saying? Alright. Nick's final resignation. Oh, right. Nix was a scientist who was working for Memorial Foundation with the laboratory that was in orbit that we later learned was destroyed. That brought a lot of people together. In these moments, nothing's more painful than being patronized, but you couldn't even spare me that. I can't understand why you thought me to be that naive, though I really did know. They thought a world where the children were together and free could write their own futures sounded wonderful. We didn't even get close for them to understand that that's not what they wanted. I knew it from the start, only that I didn't get further before they noticed. You're asking for my resignation. There's nowhere else for me to go. Yeah, okay, next was an academic creature. There's nowhere else for those children to go. Either I won't let you have them, and I won't let you push them back to earthly shapes. What you're asking instead is for me to declare war, so I will do so. And we will see if Earth's tides are truly powerful enough to crush the new humanity you projected. Nyx. Yep, I remember that. Alright, mission select. 400 meter kiss. Is that supposed to be 400 meters? Because, or is that just a typo? Because that's a double M. Or millimeters. Oh, right. It's duh. She's using a like it's like Barbatos's 350 millimeter cannon in Iron-Blooded Orphans. Okay, that makes sense. A big fuck off cannon, sniper cannon. Anyways, deep dive. Yep, I remember playing this one. I'm just gonna go through it a little quickly. Anyways, all right. So basically, we're trying to go beneath the ocean because celestial mechanics' forces are trying to refuel on the oxygen ocean. So Mars was partially terraformed, and there's a liquid oxygen ocean, and there's giant gravity waves coming from beneath it that we need to investigate and neutralize the threat if they're going to attack our refueling forces, celestial mechanics. Very Armored Core-esque. Yeah, I need to watch Evangelion, but I haven't. Yeah, it says hot girl instead of an angel. Yeah. Saving all comms and diving supports and... Oh, still here? I thought I cut this channel too. Well, I should go ahead and shut it. Don't you dare cut me off. You can listen if you promise not to whine or stop me. I will do no such thing. You cannot make a deal with me. I'm simply stating a fact, not making an argument. Okay, just why, Saturn? Why are you such an why are you so incorrigible, petulant nightmare? They were probationally forgiven for doing a very good job not getting string pearls ruined or captured, and command even decided to give you the job of sparking a gravity engine that will take our fleet back to the native sphere. I would think you wouldn't be so depressing your luck relentlessly. Sorry, I can't speak today. Good lord. Everyone except for you is so annoying. They're annoying because whatever is causing the tidal interference with the bottom of the oxygen ocean is almost certainly that Cradle Grace's weapon, and they have no reason to believe you're going to be loyal. Every single second of the day you are horrid and undisciplined, and your brief periods of obedience only seem to exist to throw everyone off later. I know, I fucking love their dynamic. I fucking love it. I mean, if you want me to cover for you, you have to play along a little. Why are you like this? Years of encouragement and grooming followed by abandonment and neglect, you know that. Same as you. And same for that pilot you're after, too? Is that not why? In a different way, but I think so. Anime or not, I want to talk. I think I'm getting somewhere. I'm not going to get to talk if you all are interfering. What if she doesn't want to just talk? Then you'll really appreciate me cutting the cables before she pulls all of you down there with me. Why is it so important anyway? You'll really jeopardize the whole operation for that? What, you don't think I have my own cunning master plan? It's way better than his. Supposedly nothing can stop the crew in Makala. Is it better to find out if that's a true sooner than later? Fight her or talk, which is it? How are they any different? Anyways, don't worry about when the connection accidentally breaks. I'll be fine, promise, and you'll be too. I forgot which one I think. I said Sierra Mashika but deep down, I think. Balance shifts because Pluto tugs and Saturn yields. Oh yeah, that was the thing I learned that kind of freaked me out, especially when I got to the space station part. Pluto's gravity is so strong, the actual fucking narrative of the game starts to warp around her, and it's so fucking cool. I love that writing style. That was probably the coolest thing to realize in the game. Anyway, I need to drink some water because this game kind of forces me to talk so much that I need to drink lots of water. Oh. Water. I'm getting thirsty. Not gonna make that joke. Anyways, because everything about it destroys everything else. You can enjoy complete privacy under the curtain of the oxygen steam. Drink all the fuel and air you want, and no vessel can survive the temperatures and pressure conditions below. You can float as long as you want or until your hull turns brittle and breaks, or your organic components oxidize and explode. Celestial Mechanics has covered their wayward pilot's machine in temporary armor layers to seal out the unknown interference of gravity and seeping oxygen. The additional temporary armor layers might not be necessary, but they also might be. The Celestial Mechanics fleet tenders lower the string of pearls in slowly, just to make absolutely sure. It feels wonderfully cold, like a spare blanket taken from the attic in winter. Pluto is there, deep, deep down, and when Saturn slips in, she feels the ripples. If they were in the opposite ends of the same, perfectly still pool. The feeling is wonderful. Saturn surprised that's true. How do you know that? Wait, who is you? How do you know what, Saturn? Who are you talking to? We're asking for confirmation to lower you. Yeah, I've been ready. Sorry, I got distracted. Must be if you're apologizing. There's someone down there. She's speaking to me. No, she's trying to eat me alive. Or maybe... It's really hard to tell the difference. Awesome. It's familiar. I'm so stoked. Take me down. The ocean boils wherever she touches it, even with the external equipment. There's no way to rely on sight, and the paramagnetic influence is too erratic for sensors to process. She can only feel her way, for both of them. The cable to your left is extremely important. It's the only way we have of communicating monitoring your situation. So you'll need to be extremely careful with it. Are you listening? Yes, but not to you. Shh. There's definitely someone here. Lower me. It's reaching out. Saturn feels funny. Something's not quite right. Like something's watching her. It's like someone's watching me. It's just like, not like someone's watching me. It's like something's watching her, but something isn't watching her. It's touching me. Something is touching Saturn. Its hands see her, and they also speak. It's saying something. The ocean ripples with boredom. It's really boring down here. But what else is Pluto going to do? Some girls get stuck with the worst jobs. But I've got to do it. With nothing to do, send initiations through the narration. Sorry you coming or what? I've got her again. Tidal spike detected. Mass gravity alert! Lower me further. Saturn, we're pulling you out. Oh, not just yet. Hi, Saturn. Hi, Mercury. Sorry, I'm borrowing her for a little bit. Saturn's cockpit floods with alarm lights of an imminent high-intensity gravity event, but it's too late. String of Pearls discharges its electromagnetic field and delicately breaks off the winch. Saturn, what are you... The string of pearls cleanly slices off the lead communication wire in the pulley system. The silence of the oxygen ocean reminds her of the sensory deprivation tank. What a... Oh, look, oh, yep, there's the narration bending. Hey, don't praise me like that. I wanted to speak to you again. Damn it, I cut both wires. Even ship-to-ship comms are down. Saturn, can you hear me? Would you hear me if I spoke with this ship? It's been such a long time since anyone can hear it. Pluto's tidal reactor pulses slowly. The thrum feels like it's coming from everywhere. Oh, I get it. You want to talk with the gravity? Well, I'm not some miracle child, even though they tried very hard to make me as good as you. Saturn's reactor, an anxious little ball, is getting just so fed up with this. It's frustrating to not be understood, but you know what it's like. You don't know how much I know, but I believe in you. If Saturn moves too much, she might forget what direction up is. The sensory deprivation of the ocean takes everything away, but she has to remember that's not true. I don't believe you, but I'm trying. Oh, she's trying. Of course I'm trying. Come on, where am I? I hate people playing hard to get. I believe in you, but you gotta work for it. I can't do it, sorry, but I'm cheating. The string of pearls electrotoxin shoots through the ocean like a bolt of lightning. It reaches out because it's attracted to you. It seeks the path of least resistance, looking for something that wants to respond. What it really does is run along the boundaries, theoretical and real. There's a place where the boundary between one thing and another is weakest. It runs along the boundary until it finds it, and then it connects the two. Why is she doing that? Oh, that's what you're used to. Good at seeing weak spots. I've got a lot. Can you find them? You can do it if you try. Maybe a little push. It's like there's nothing, not a single crack. Don't say you're not perfect. Don't make me do all the work. Pressure is overwhelming, but it's overwhelming for Pluto too. The Kroon Bacala is like a little star, gushing matter and condensing it into an engine of light over and over. It was modeled after a theory of the Big Bang. After all, made in a secret on the planet Hades, on the boundary between what is human and what is not. It's a fragile boundary. You can touch it, but be careful. This takes me back. Which is not fucking fair. Are you doing that on purpose? Always taking me on Plaza Pasts? Is it taking you back? Sorry. But we can't help it. It's the first thing beneath our surfaces. It's hard for me too. It takes Saturn back to her first implant series, when they took the most special children they could find and tried to cheat them into even being more special. Bypass all the work and care that had gone into the third generation pilots and kicked them directly into humanity's next stage. Cheating, you should know, felt good. It felt wrong, in a good way. It felt good in a way that felt obscene. It felt bad, like she was getting more than she deserved. They chose her, but she felt like she played a trick on them, like she lied and got candy for it. They knew there was nothing special about her, and then they gave her the most special thing. If they knew how special it was and how much she didn't earn it, they would have given it to somebody else, but they didn't. Even when they threw her away, she never forgot how that felt. Yep, baby Saturn. Why is it always like this? Oh, baby. It takes Pluto back when she was learning how to be a person. In space, they decided they would start over, without assumptions. Humanity would be protected by the most human children they could make. No matter how badly she did, no matter how much she wasn't up to how perfect they wanted, they never gave up on her. That was the worst part. She wished so much they would give up. It was so hard. She just wanted to be the mess she really was, and they wouldn't let her. She knew with her whole heart what she was supposed to be. She had it memorized, and she could never make it leave her body, become the things she did and the person she was. They let her be whatever she wanted, and she wasn't strong and smart and pretty enough to be it. Both of them remember, reaching through the wall to the one on the other side, wishing so hard to hold hands it feels like you really are. Your two pebbles dropped in the pond, but your ripples touching are enough. No one knows, and even the two of you almost don't. Never say it out loud. Never think it too loud. It sounds so sad when you put it like that. What? Don't show me things that stop making me jealous. Oh? You got me. You're touching me. I can hear you through the contact links. Heh. You got me that good, and that's what you have to say? You're the one who got me. You did it. You found me. You're clever, and it's amazing. You don't need to flatter me, and I won't feel better. I'm not. You better. I promise. Why am I so scared and you're not so not? That's just me. Sorry I'm like this. Well, you can flatter me a little. You're a little needy, huh? Didn't you say I just had you? You do. You can do whatever you want now. Why did you do this? You came after me, so it's only fair I came after you. Don't say it's only fair. Say I'm amazing and important. You came after me specifically. You're totally not needy, huh? Give me a better answer. I want to know why it's me. I don't have one. There are so few of us left. I've got to cling to everyone. But I love that you're scared and you believe anyway. I think you're one of the only people who can make something change. And there's no time left. Is that a proposal to join your side? Yeah. What if I refuse? Then give a good reason for me to join you. You're even more impulsive than me. You can start to see why I fight, can't you? The way I'm starting to see why you do. Show me something important, and I'll be yours too. But you're definitely not going to go quietly, are you? Nope. If I let you go, will you promise to not crush yourself and me and literally everything? This time, you mean? Yeah, I think I can do that. Say Hardy Mercury for me. I'll see you again soon, baby. Oh yeah, this part. God, I love the dialogue. Ugh. As well as like my allergies have been really fucking acting up, so it's like talking this long, it gets my nose stuffed up, so I can't like talk very long. I think I need to drink more water. Ugh. Oh. Eh. September 12th, 1963. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed, in a tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange 5. Yeah, it's a long text. At the front lines against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to fight in space, as a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, and die and be born. With the hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. Without pressure, water boils off our tongue, and we dissolve into component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have and turn inside out, into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, all senses in space. A ship self to ferry us through the world. They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous. Of the humans the Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wings. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation, Existential Expansion. July 29th, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority, in the spirit of a unified human peace and the verified presence of an existential threat outside of the solar system, to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to the existential threats. I'm also very curious what the existential threats are, and I'm wondering if they're actually just more humans. Because, like, the theme of, like, existential threats, like, being so vague and often applied to just rebels and stuff is, like, almost fascistic in nature. And I'm starting to wonder if, like, the original existential threats have something to do with, like, Evangelion, where it's like, oh, it's just humans, basically. I know I'm misinterpreting Evangelion because I haven't watched Evangelion, but anyways. But yeah, no longer confined to Earth, a growing native sphere where our gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion, the three pillars of Memorial Foundations. It will explain, clarify that, especially on Saturn's route. Awesome. Okay. Safety, research, and expansion, the three pillars will protect Earth from without as it has from within. Free from the old world's gravity, it would be possible to advance science, art, and culture without constraint and join hands, all of Earth finally united. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth and protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly, decided we could do better. There are two errors to this approach. The first is that to do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface. It simply did not have enough relevance to sustain interest. The second error is the intrinsic error of Memorial Foundation. The existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation, as it has always been. Only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. That is both a terrifying and interesting statement. Basically, I like how they're saying, like, alien is uniquely human because humans are, like, meant to be divided, basically, between each other. And, like, the way Memorial Foundation sees it is like, oh, that's a good thing because there needs to be some kind of discipline and, like, control and a very specific objective outlook to how we're all supposed to be. Which is a very, like, Gundam, we all belong on Earth mentality kind of thing. And I really like that. It's interesting. January 2nd, 1980. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was green, wet, and a very peaceful place. And now it's a very cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things, like create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies, and human development. manufactured self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and did everything other than successfully combat unknowable existential threat. Earth and the Memorial Foundation's surface considers that a failure, but in truth, they're just not trying hard enough. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Through imagining, humans trot out what is true. They invent, with human effort, what exists. If an existential threat doesn't exist, we just have to make one. But of course it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are humans, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable because we cannot imagine something outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien, but before they blew it up, we got very fucking close. I'm adding fucking because I feel like that needs to be there. That's basically exactly what I was saying, and I fucking hate that because Iapetus is a bitch, but like they're correct in that humans need alien to combat essentially, but in order to do that, they need to divide each other basically, which is interesting. At least that's what the Memorial Foundation did. Day 5. Root core formatting 67% complete. Awaiting flight path input. Manual inject extracts flight path. Forcibly extracting coordinates. Nah, dropping a fucking Escalier is interesting. Being a smarmy prick as I have to sell. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I really like Nyx because they're like academic speak. I love like academics. I also hate it at the same time because I'm dropping out of grad school because grad school is a bitch as well. So it's like I can appreciate it, I guess. Anyways, coordinates raised, flight path passing through former pilot training school, Lagrange colony, receiving new mission assignments. Error block from ship self side. Manual inject scan virus. Extract. 3 viruses detected and deleted. You now have mission assignments. Colony. Reclaim tidal reactor from Colony Corp before Memorial Foundation. Colony. Prevent theft of entire colony by Careless Graces. Wait, so are they saying Colony, that's who's assigning this in? No, that's not. So, yeah. Accept orders. Lamau. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Grange Colony. Alrighties. Comms. Don't make it sound like I hate following command any less than you. Don't worry. I would never doubt that. Hey Mercury, why are you still Celestial Mechanics? Why are you, if you still are, that is? You're the one who can choose. Mercury. Oh, don't. If you hadn't hijacked String of Pearls, you'd be here like me waiting. To see if it's true. That we can be what comes after being human. I don't want that for you. I certainly don't trust or believe in Celestial Mechanics or Iapetus, but wasn't that the worst part? Even after he decided we weren't good enough to be the chosen pilots, neither of us left. He knew we wouldn't leave because we already wanted it too much. Do you still want that more than anything else? I don't know. I know what I don't want, and it's to have nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for what? Coming to space, going to the academy, never having a chance to fight in the Cold War, not having a say either way, falling stupidly for the worst man alive. I'm counting on you, Saturn, to give me something better than just the same Earth we left. You never have to worry about that. I have only the highest ambitions for us. Those girls you're flirting with better have a decent future for us, is all that I'm saying. Sure, fine, okay. Only if it's a really good one. If nothing else. I'll make sure that he doesn't get the future he wanted. Any future but the future he wants is good. Give me and Ganymede a good place. There. Wherever and whenever it is. I really like this game a lot. Hold on, I might be a little loud. Hold on. My brother is probably sleeping in the other room. There. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm checking my phone. That's also where I'm like watching my stream from. Hold on. Okay, there we go. The dialogue in this game is so good. Alright, next resignation number 2. Memorial Foundation's investigating archives and celestial mechanics research lead Iapetus. Next, you fundamentally misunderstood the purpose of pursuing the dream of space. I never sought to correct you. After all All the great things you have accomplished are the result of that misunderstanding. You believe that your dream, so universally loved, was loved because we wanted it to become true. This was not the case, of course, even though I think the Mormon Foundation truly believed that they wanted the same as you. But as the tides of Earth turn, they realize in their own hearts that they are not the forefront of humanity's change, but slaves to its whims. To protect human culture means to always be at its beck and call, no matter what it becomes. And their dream is one of overwhelming power that will unlock the last mysteries and submit our authority forever. What your children achieved with freedom from gravity, we will have the power to determine on our own. I hope you can understand the depths of my gratitude to you for exploring these ideas, that they may one day belong to us. What are Nyx's children is what I want to understand. Are Nyx's children like the subjects of this experiment, the pilots, or are they the actual ship shelves, I wonder? Yeah. Academy Student Research Records, Mercury. Database leak, Pilot Operations Headquarters, Europa. Or Operations Manager. Of all the Generation 3 pilots, Mercury is far and away the one best suited to actually be a pilot. To the degree I'd be terrified of giving that position to any other one of Iapetus's nightmare brats. So there's absolutely no change that he'll be no chance that he'll be assigned, of course. He really is trying to maximize. What I want to impress, however, is that Mercury is still someone Iapetus chose personally for the pilot role when he served himself during the Cold War. Alongside the current second-tier candidate, Saturn, Mercury used to be a lot different, which is obvious. A lot of our pilot used to be a lot different, for reasons only space can explain. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal stake is as incomplete a reading as it would be for any other pilots in celestial mechanics. Some of them even know exactly what they're doing, Mercury most of all. I don't think he has a petulant grudges against humanity, he's just very critical. Interesting. Oh, Nyx's children. So basically, all the people from the cradles who basically fled to space and created all the different rebel groups, essentially. Yeah, academic journey here. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and save now. There we go. Oh. Whoopsies. I might have found my old save. But we're already playing through the other one. Fucking hell. God damn it. I'm wondering if I should go to my save or continue the one I'm on right now. Probably should continue on the one I'm right now, just because we're already doing it. I'm gonna keep going. Becoming stars. The Lagrange colony is on hell has, but Kratos still clings to it, quite literally. Pluto's dream might collapse under its own weight, or crush Saturn under it. The whole colony? It's so refreshing to see you surprised for once, Saturn. I'm soaking it in. Haha, Mercury. But seriously? He wants me to stop Kratos Graces from taking the entire colony out of Lagrange point? Out of one Lagrange point? Why? Why would they do that? Why would we care enough to stop them from trying? Colony should just rot. It's over. There's nothing left there. Kratos Graces wants those memories to live again. We need to discard Earth completely and start something new. It's an anchor pulling us back home. The success of opening the gravity well on the moon will depend completely on how much it is holding us down. Even weak gravity like that. That's more than just stopping her, then. You want me to destroy the colony. That's the mission, yes. Not that I'm the greatest, but isn't that basically impossible for me? It's huge. There are smaller moons. Do your best, then. The less memories, the better. I thought you didn't have any problems, that the colony should just rot? That's a funny joke. We both went through the same shit. Don't ask me that. Every happy memory is made retroactively disgusting by the sort of person Iapetus turned out to be. I hate him so much, I will never get him out. I will never actually get over how much. Saturn. Yes, Mercury. Why are you still pretending to be with celestial mechanics? Why are you doing this is the real question, Mercury. You know him like I do, so why are you still here? I apparently have enough power to destroy a colony, and I can ditch him whenever I want. Leave celestial mechanics, take Ganymede, I'll protect you. I'll make sure there's a good future in the end. You absolutely will not be fine if I... No, you absolutely will not be fine if I leave. Of course, I don't trust him at all, but he wants what I want. It's what you want too. I can't trust him on anything else, but I can trust him on that. Even if he's doing this for his own gain, with some other agenda in mind, he's truly going to give us this. Disgusting. That's what I fell for, so stop reminding me. That's why I trust you too, of course, even though I shouldn't. I know you won't accept anything less than what you want. If you can even get half of that, it'll be more than enough for me. I think last time I chose Cradle's Grace's options because I didn't want to, like, hurt Pluto, basically. Because, like, it seems like the better option. It's like, I think it was, like, because I also just didn't want to blow up an entire colony. Like, it just felt wrong, so... yeah. Saturn rushes in, because Pluto is ready for this kind of a fight. This isn't what I was expecting. Like, you're kidding, right? No, Pluto isn't joking. The farthest thing. The swirl of cosmic nebula dust that completely obscures the colony in Pluto's warm embrace is no punchline. Only in as far as it is true that Pluto is so strong it's funny. The colony no longer resembles Earth. Now it's a gas giant. Or maybe a star waiting to be born. Whatever the case, even though it's certainly much too late to do anything about it. There is an invitation from inside. Just come and try. You must think I'm really dumb. Or you must have a lot of faith in me. In which case you're really dumb. It could be Saturn's perfect opportunity if she plays her cards right. Pluto's putting everything she has and more into just attempting to move the colony. If Saturn could find her, she'll be helpless. How am I supposed to do that, with you filling up the whole universe? Your story is everywhere, pulling at everything. How am I supposed to compete with gravity so strong even the narrative of space-time is bending? Oh, hi there, Saturn. Are you just passing through? Hi. Fancy meeting you here. How did you know it was me? Where to find you in the middle of an inconceivable cosmic cloud only you could create? I know, what a coincidence. I've sort of been ordered to fire on anyone in it, though. I think this might make things awkward if you try to get closer. You could at least pretend to be a little afraid of me. I am, just a little, but even if I should be, I'm glad to see you. I hope that's not a lie. Or on either part. No, it isn't. I know you're dangerous, and I'm very special, and you wouldn't be here if you couldn't stop me. Even if you're not quite ready for how hard that will be. I'm very impressed that you didn't decide to sneak up on me while I was thinking, though. It would have been a good chance. Oh? Are you maybe having second thoughts? I was hoping I could convince you to destroy this place with me. You're impossible. It's adorable. You're incorrigible. I can't pronounce that word, I'm sorry. I like it a lot, actually. I even envy it a little. Oh. Thank you. I was just being difficult. Which is very charming of me. But I was half serious, too. Huh? No, never. I was almost tempted, though. I don't know what your memories of this place are like. They're bad and good, right? Always a little worse than better? It's the same for me. This place is still precious to me. It was a seed of life once, and maybe it can bloom again. So I'm going to protect it. Oh, that reminds me. What are you here for? Do you mind if I ask a personal question? What are you trying to do with it? So, I also mentioned this last stream. Amara, like, several months ago, showed me the stupid fuck. So, like, it was like the same people who did like the Sonic fan dub. They also did a fan dub of one of the Spider-Man PS games, and in it, there's like a guy. They call him the Chalk Man in that fan dub, and he constantly asks Peter's like, "Hey, can I ask you a personal question?" So any fucking time I see someone say, "Can I ask you a personal question?" I feel like I get stun locked and like get a PTSD flashback, and I'm like, can't think of anything else. It's like the fucking, it's like you see shapes like on a containers and you're like, oh my god, it's Among Us, and it's like, ugh, your brain kind of like dies a little bit. Anyways, sorry for that little rant. I need to show off that fandom sometime on stream. It's hilarious. Anyways, what are you trying to do? Let me ask you, what are you trying to do with it? I'm going to not destroy it. Phew, that's what I was worried about. I really know when I'm beat this. I'll just be, hey, stop right there. What? I was just trying to banter. You tried to shoot me. That's dangerous. I didn't. You were thinking about it. Of course. Well, she was. More like Saturn was trying to get a bead on Pluto. The string of pearls ties a ripple through Pluto's nebula cloud, hoping there's something it can find eventually. It's not like Pluto is hiding. She's just everywhere, and it's hard to tell where she ends or begins. Aren't you thinking about shooting me too? You're the one with the advantage on visibility. I'm just sitting here and I can't find you in that cloud. Oh, you're totally right. Dear super weapon of Cradled Graces, are you actually a little naive? I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Was that wrong? Obviously. Sorry, I've never learned to be on my guard. There's no need for me to be when I can tell what people are thinking, and nothing can touch me. If it really actually worked like that, you'd absolutely never trust anyone ever. No, I trust everyone. I can always trust people to do what they always do. Do you think you can trust someone to surprise you? Can you trust them to do something you wouldn't even think of? It's when they surprise me that I'm the happiest of all. That's when I really feel we're not doomed, set in stone, always making the same mistakes. I'm being stupid and following my heart, just like you. You're going to have to do better than shoot at me if you want to surprise me. There are other ways to fight. You're better at that than me. I think you can surprise me. Is that what you want? On Earth, our souls are weighed down by gravity. At the same time, gravity holds us together, tells us who we are, good things and bad. The Earth's gravity is strong because it's all of us together. Forces that would be insignificant on their own are powerful enough to make a planet when we hold it together. That's why we are much stronger on Earth. Even the weakest human has the sacred light of the soul in its many powers, to forbid direct contact with the soul, to wield the arts and sciences in shaping existence, to be many and also one. In space, our gravity is weak. Without the constant pressure of tidal reactors, our souls would dissolve, in the way that water, at high enough altitudes, will evaporate off a pilot's tongue without atmospheric pressure to remind it to be water. Stories bleed into each other easily, and our shapes don't hold steady. The fragility of our ships couldn't survive a moment on Earth. In space, there are things we could never do on Earth. With our heaviness, we can never be so tender. Okay, I get it. Let's pick up from earlier. We fight in the way only pilots can fight. In the way only us close to the edge of being human can fight. That isn't fighting at all. Do you feel the same way, Pluto? You are listening, right? I was going to tell you I don't have time to play today, but it sounds like you know, and I still want to anyway. That's going to make it harder to convince you to leave me alone and let me do this. You are here to play, right? No, convincing me. I can pick up the subtext. Blame it on the wicked celestial mechanic pilot who bothered you and didn't let you get any work done. The thing is, it's fun. More fun than hacking. To bleed, corrode, seep into the mist. Saturn can feel every particle in the celestial physics that make them move. It's a swelling orchestration. Pluto's conducting something beautiful, something overwhelming. In the equations are hints and patterns to how Pluto thinks, to where she might be. It's simple to trace back, easier than hacking too. Space is boring. Space is empty. Space is broken. Space will never give us anything we want. Space is a hope that we want to make real might already be. Wait, what? Space is a hope that what we want to make real might already be out there. Just reach out in space and time, and we can almost touch it. Space is just a means to an end. But for a moment, Saturn is so overwhelmed with how beautiful even the boring, dead, empty space can be. Even just the way the dust moves around. That's when Saturn realizes she has lost. She went in to tear open the story, twist it around, and instead she got so lost and happy in it, she didn't even notice the clouds swirling around her, the cosmos duck covering her, Pluto holding her tenderly. Pulled into the atmosphere of the colony, they orbit gently. Saturn has no reason to fight. It doesn't even feel like she lost. It feels like she won something special. Okay, Saturn. Open your cockpit. Why? Because I trust you. Do you trust me? I do. Same way you trust me. No, I trust you way dumber than you trust me. You're so amazing, and so much more amazing because you believe in something like being human. You pour your everything into something that won't pay off. That makes me mad, and then sometimes I think it might work. Saturn's cockpit opens, naked guts exposing circuits. Kroon McCall's thumb presses against Saturn in the distended cockpit explored. Oh no. You're really hooked in there. Why would you do such a thing to yourself? Oh wow, suddenly I don't feel like I'm going to call any much. Or the other before good enough. There's like some parts, I think that's the only issue about this like VN is like I feel like some parts reading out loud I almost get too embarrassed to read out loud because you could just find the subtext like, oh, okay, I see what this is I see what this is this means, or this is what this is in for. And so I'm like, oh, can I actually read this on stream? Oh fuck, oh shit, should I stop stream now? Good lord. Lesbians. Kiths. God, this game is so good. Alright, comms. Saturn, I would love it, just love it. Yeah? If you missed everything up this time. Is this reverse psychology? Did I really reduce you to that? I'm a little impressed by your persistence in nagging me, but now I'm feeling like I pushed you to your limit. Shut up. As always, I'm serious. Messing things up is literally the only thing in the world no one has ever needed to specifically tell me to do. And you keep yelling at me when I do. I've been looking at Apodus's work on the Eversion project. Oh. How much do you know? More than you now. Of course, it was always suspicious that Apodus decided to support us. He was very insistent in his interest in taking humanity to the next stage, as if that is why any of us would want to connect with the so-called existential threat. People who already had everything on Earth couldn't possibly understand. They just want even more for themselves. That's what I thought too. Apodus' plan is very attractive to certain factions in Memorial Foundation. Certain factions in Memorial Foundation really liked the days when humanity was united against the existential threat. Except the aliens aren't real. Okay, they're an nth-dimensional shadow cast by the gravitational impression of a human culture in space-time, but that makes them a few shades short of real, much less dangerous than their cousins on Earth, and even those are so weak kids with radios can take them out. Wait, what? We know the devil reference? Oh, kids with radios! Oh, fuck! Sorry. I apologize, Cybernetic. I can be fucking stupid sometimes. You can put, like, the answer right in front of me, and I will not get it. Oh, good lord. ADHD go burr. Anyways, impression in human culture and space, but that makes them a few shades sort of real and much less dangerous than their cousins on Earth, and even those are so weak kids with radios can take them out. Yeah, it's true. I feel like I don't do as much as like other streamers do though, because like mine is just completely scuffed. All I'm doing is running OBS. I don't have a second screen or anything. I just use my phone to look at the other stream because I'm playing on my laptop right now basically. So I'm probably not doing as much as other streamers do. I honestly think it's just like sometimes like I just the subtext goes over my head basically. Anyways, Pluto's wiped them out. That was the whole plan. Since humanity doesn't care about them anymore, they never expect that we would find a way to evert our tidal reactors and become the aliens ourselves. So is this basically just Interstellar? Like the existential threat was just the humans in 5D space-time like in Interstellar? Spoilers for Interstellar, by the way, if anybody needed to watch that film or hasn't watched it yet, but it's already been more than 10 years since the movie's been out, and it's like the foundation of like... Sorry, I can rant about Interstellar so much because like Interstellar, like I watched it in 2014. That was the movie that made high school Echo slash space like actually lose their shit into space stuff. I didn't like space stuff before that. I did after Interstellar, and I went on a 10-year long like hyperfixation of NASA shit. I still love space shit. Actually, I fucking love space shit. Like holy shit, like. That's one of the reasons why my tag is Space Cowgirl. It used to be, well, Space Cowboy, because, well, I used to be a boy, but that changed. Anyways, but it's because I love space. Actually, I played, like, a ton of Kerbal Space Program. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking distracted. Become the aliens ourselves. The only alien is what is alien to us, and that's fundamentally humanity. We're aliens to ourselves. A function that which is human, that humans are not. A function that which is human that humans are not. Yeah, okay, I was right. Basically, the aliens are the humans. That's it. Yeah, humans are aliens. I was just already getting at that because, like, the what is it? The Foundation or Memorial Foundation is so hell bent on also, like, they say there's aliens, but they're also hell bent on also including a lot of humans in that category of alien, which is like, God, sorry, this is so queer coded, it's not even fucking funny. It's like this. I feel like for the past like year, I've been watching video essays, people who don't meet the criteria. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I've been, especially being an autistic furry and also trans. Me and my partner have like been discussing this kind of shit for the longest time, and then combination with my brother who is friends with a bunch of other people who are who other autistic people as well, and me who's they're my own brother as well, loves to play with this kind of stuff because like, oh god, it's so cool to like reflect that in fiction story writing because it's like it reaches into you so hard and like what is to be human and like what we consider non-human as well, like Curious Archives videos on like monsters and shit like that, and like what it means to be a furry and like adult things, queer politics and queer culture, and also the girls make out sometimes. Yes. I highly recommend watching Patricia Taxon's videos on furries, art, god, and anime. It's really good. It kind of delves into this, but anyways, it's like Armored Core Gundam shit. I love all Smash. I fucking love this game. I love this game. Sorry, this. And Apodus isn't going to give up everything he has for that. You think he's lying about wanting to. I think he's lying about himself wanting to. I think he's happy to let us complete the project and go home, because he'll have exactly what he and the rest of humanity is longing for. A scapegoat. Someone to be an alien humanity could guiltlessly fight against. Yes, I am fine with abandoning Earth. It hasn't given me anything. But not on his terms. Not ever. Don't worry, Mercury. I've got a plan. No matter what it won't go his way. The heavy use of metaphor and exotericism really drives it, because the flexibility and ambiguity allows it to encompass more than is plain. Yeah, exactly. Oh god, in my brother's mecha TTRPG we're playing through, he calls it feedback. There's this shit called Dixisium, because he heavily based it off of Armored Core 6, which you should play, by the way. I heavily recommend you play Armored Core 6, but in Armored Core 6 there's a stuff called Coral, and Coral represents, like, abject change whatever that might be, for better or for worse, basically. And in feedback, there's this shit called Nixisium, which is the only alien organism, and like it takes place in space on an exoplanet, but the only alien organism they found is something called Nixisium, which my brother described as the perfect symbiote. Not in the sense like of Venom, where it like takes over a host. Nixisium is the perfect symbiote in that it. Air my beloved brain writing sapiens. Yes, let's go. It's funny. I always loved Air as a friend. I never never got attracted to them because I don't know why. I think it's because I just saw so much of myself in Air that I just really wanted to be their friend, and it killed me to play the ending that we know. Anyways, Air is a great friend, and just god. Anyways, but in my brother's feedback campaign, he has this stuff called Lexicium, which he describes as the perfect symbiote, and it's the perfect symbiote not because it's like Venom where it takes over host, but in the sense that it adapts and changes to whatever organism it finds. So for example, there was another organism called like red algae, other organisms on this planet as well, and the Insixium adapted to them to help their lives, basically. Whatever creature that might be, whether it's like the little trilobites on this planet, humans, you name it. The Insixium adapts. It will copy and bend itself to help it, to make sure everyone succeeds, basically, but it loses itself. Nixisium does not have its own personhood because of that. The organism, basically. Yeah, the JP voices definitely switch up the vibes. But yeah, anyways, Nixisium, like, my brother put it in there as like a very much a metaphor for like how we as people sometimes like to help others can lose ourselves in the process, basically, when we meld ourselves into like the background of culture and people and like just society and stuff like that. And it's really fucking cool. Anyways, sorry. I love big robots because you get a chance to do shit like this. I love it. Anyways, mail alert. Subject RE. Let me save real quick just to make sure. So I'm gonna save game. I'm gonna save over this one. So yeah, mail alert. Mail, or subject RE. Ganymede intercept. Do not read Saturn. Well then, Bridge Information Officer Mercury. I'm completely uninterested in communicating with apps in any capacity that is not technicality. I know my boundaries, but you are very nice to worry. I know you're not jealous because you do respect me, but don't make me worry. It's what I like about you. I know you're worried about for me, not about me, and I appreciate that, but I don't want to clarify things, so you stop asking me about it, even though it is cute and I do appreciate it. Really, I'm not just saying that. Please don't hear that in a passive-aggressive voice. But I've been meaning to ask this for a while. Is it okay that I believe in this? It's important to me that you understand that it's nothing to do with him, so I worry that means that you don't understand what it means for me. I don't believe humanity needs to be punished. I am fine being human. But I think an important reminder is needed. Not alien in the sense of a foreign other that can bear all of our rage and hatred, but alien in the sense of casting our own features into relief. I think what we see as a result should same us, but there are many things we need to see. You'll probably say you support me and believe in me, thank you, but you'll also say that it means something to you, or to you too, and that's really why I love you. That's a fascinating way of looking at it. Interesting. I like that. Interesting. String of files final specifications. App as a message intercept. Social mechanics ship self-design. This is not what we talked about. Not by a mile. You know I don't actually have a moral compass that does not revolve around what's cool. So coming from me, just know that it is my professional opinion that I am not even sure that this is cool anymore. Creating a theoretical matter is not even hard under laboratory conditions. In space, it's easy to sustain it, but the creation of exotic matter like electrotoxins can get really not fun if you aren't careful. Since you hate fun, I already know that's not what you're after, and you don't have to level with me or anything, that's fine. But I do want you to know that this thing is basically designed to degenerate as quickly as possible. Reactor tends towards inversion, and that will require a pilot I really would not want to meet. and a piloting style that no one should ever do. Eventually, it's going to drag the pilot down, and that's going to be really weird and ugly unless they are immediately destroyed. Clearly, you want that. I mean, you said so, but if you're going to have so much fun, let me try to convince you that you should set a self-destruct in there. Maybe something cool will happen when she averts this ship self. Wait, when she averts, and the ship self keeps her anchored in space-time to mess everything up. If it's not, don't you want a backup option? My God, that's funny. Oh, this is Celestial Mechanics ship shelf. Oh, I thought this was Iapetus talking for some reason. Let me reread it. So, okay, so... I don't have to look at anything, that's fine, but I do want you to know that this thing is basically designed to journey as quickly as possible. The reactor tends towards aversion, and that would require a pilot I really would not want to meet in a piloting style that no one should ever do. So drag the pilot down. Okay, so basically, the string of pearls is kind of like a fucking experimental thing that could shred itself to pieces, essentially. What is aversion? What does that mean? I'm kind of scared. I'm wondering if, like, the mech is causing Saturn to lose herself. Anyways, I'm gonna save it again. Turning inside out. Okay, Interesting. Oh, wait, so are they saying a pilot that doesn't turn themselves inside out is the only thing that can balance out the machine? Let me try to convince you that you should set a self-destruct in there. Maybe something cool will happen when she averts in this ship's shelf. Keeps her anchored in space and mess everything up. Okay, I'm still a little bit confused, but we'll see what happens. Becoming stars. Deeper cuts. In the Garden District, close to the malfunctioning and broken tile record that kept the colony together, time and space aren't quite right. It's the perfect place for a real fight. How deep under Lunatera's skin do you think it can get? Oh god, is this gonna be some quantum sniper fight shit? Like shooting at in multiple dimensions? Okay, if we start doing that, I'm going to fucking, like, fangirl. This place. You don't feel like seeing home again? Aw, come on. Don't tell me you don't have any fond memories of the Academy. I do, despite myself, and that's why I don't have any wish to see it like this. A ruined guard that only reminds us how weak the gravity of this whole venture really was compared to Earth. Not to mention, it was all for something completely worthless too. Wait, now you're grumbling about a mission? This is historic. Lagrange reactor is just a hollow shell, and there's barely any advantage to have it in getting it. This better be a trap to use you as bait to get Moral Foundation off our trail. Oh no, what's a terrible trap to fall into? More flirting, I see. Is it unbearable? Yes, extremely. Are you really still getting nowhere with her? What are you talking about? I think you said you were going to crack her open and peel her shell, but I don't think you have. You don't know anything. Shh. I completely uttered correct then? She's highly evasive, point blank or sniper shot. I can't seem to hit her. Your type, I see. Shut up. I got the Academy's most notorious heartbreaker to look like an idiot to me, so I win, so shut up. She's even stupider than she was, but she is not as stupid as me. Ugh, you're the one with guts all over the place. Ugh, fine. I'm frustrated, alright? But it's not because I'm not getting anywhere, or because I even care. Alright, this time I'm done playing. Happy? If there's anything there, or if she just meddled all the way through, I'm going to find it. If she's that boring, I'll never forgive her, but I'm coming back with guts this time. Fight for real in a fun way? Fight for real in a fun way. God, I actually don't know what to choose, because, like, I said basically my first playthrough of this would be just, like, me choosing the choices I kind of like. I might go for different endings, because I know, like, if you choose more percentages for different factions, you get different endings. I'm playing Saturn and I don't know? What do you mean? But best fear up. Bot whacking time. Hold on, I need to go load my shotgun real quick. Hold on. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, bot banned. That took way too long, actually. Oh, yeah, definitely. I guess what I mean is, like, I want to get in... I'll see what happens. I'll play through it normally first. I mean, what I mean is, like, from what I've heard is, like, you choose different options, and at the end of the game, depending on whose, like, percentage of authority, like, whose side you kind of choose to be on affects the ending, essentially. Are there, like, 6 or 9 different endings for whoever... I have to play through this game a bunch. Maybe also read the wiki as well. But, I think for now, I'm just going to choose what I, like... Who has most gravity? Yeah. So, like, for example, if Saturn chooses more gravity for, like, Memorial Foundations, is that, like, a different ending than if Lunaterra, you play as Lunaterra, who has more gravity for, like, Ancestral Mechanics or something? I don't know, but I'm going to play through it again. I'm just going to choose what I like to choose for right now for my first playthrough and just kind of play around, essentially. For the memes. I might actually do the more playing, like, off-camera then, but we'll see. Alright, fight for real in a fun way. Outcome favors Memorial Foundation. I'm gonna do that. Not long ago. Yeah, we didn't like Memorial... Well, okay, I didn't like Memorial Foundation, but I feel like... Wait, maybe I chose the wrong one. Maybe I should go back to my save. Wait, I'm confused. What is the... My fucking autistic brain can't understand what the quotations mean. Like, which one is, like, the actual fun, which one's, like, the not fun? Fuck me. Maybe I should load... Yeah, I should probably load that again. Yeah, I'm gonna try that again. Okay, skip. Here, I'm gonna save it here. I'll save it down here, actually. It's probably better. Okay. Okay, I'll choose that way, I'll just like... A surprise attack isn't very sporting. Don't be jealous just 'cause I got mine off first. You got a wound on me and a garage reactor shell. That not a good enough deal? No way. In fact, apologize. Hiding so I can't surprise you again is so unfair, Lunaterra. Let me bully you some more. I'll pass. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to get bullied? See if you can find me first. You like cat and mouse games, don't you? You want to try it again? I won't let you just play a game this time. You can find me even when I'm serious? Then I'll get serious. Lunaterra hides in the Garden District, the one part of the colony she has no memories of. The Garden District doesn't have any trees or flowers or plants. It's not that kind of garden. A garden for the children meant to inherit space, not like Lunaterra, who came in the first generation, teenagers too old and too molded by Earth's gravity to inherit the cosmos. The second generation was raised here, in the light of the colony's center. Lagrange-typal reactor Lunaterra remembers like the sun, with the hope that they would grow freely in the lightness of the gravity, free of Earth's weight. Lunaterra is the one holding the useless shell of that reactor now, even broken and useless. LT doesn't feel comfortable holding it. It's an unpleasant, untrustworthy object, and it feels wrong to hold. It was made by people, but it doesn't seem like it was. It's a fake, but it's unsettlingly close to what celestial mechanics eventually intended it to be, when they seized control of the reactor before the conflict broke out. Something not made by humans. If it's so useless, why don't you just give it back? You can tell what I'm thinking, huh? Or read between the lines. Just like Pluto, but different. Something I still can't understand. You've been playing with her too, haven't you? I sure have. Jealous of which of us, though? Both. I could never read the story like you both. I'm straightforward. That's not even a little true. You're being way too stingy with the narration. Narration? You can't perceive space-time as a story? Narration spun out of the ambient gravity of humans? Telling about everything that is? If you can listen? You can't see how obviously your envy is bleeding out and bleeding out and everywhere, can you? I'm slipping, huh? Letting out more than I thought. See why I'm jealous? I don't know anything about what you mean. I wish I could speak that language. Yeah, it's amazing. You should really be sad you don't speak it. I just have this absence. Your impression on the narrative is something like spilled whiteout, gushing ocean of bleach. Just pain in the ass for someone like us. You also have a habit acting too fast to get caught up in the story, especially when it's not going your way. 3 times faster than the story knows what to do with. That's how. You're different than Pluto. You would swell into the atmosphere, but you slowly bleed into the spaces between the lines. I can feel you seeping through, blurring the lines between one and the other. What is it you're after? Curious? Then stop hiding. The rain's slick streaks are looking more and more the same. The weather is malfunctioning, and the moisture regulator's shot. And the failing gravity is doing strange things, playing strange tricks. Mare Christium's feet are wet. She's afraid. She's falling right into the trap that feels like it's in every direction at once. You can't trick me. Lunaterra dodges at the last second, or was never there. If Saturn bleeds into the narrative, then Lunaterra's trick is having a real habit of interrupting the story just when it's getting good. Good thing she'll never know how much Saturn and Pluto think that's cool. That's true. I have eyes too, Lunaterra. Don't think gravity is alone is enough. Saturn swipes again. Lunaterra wouldn't be hit by such a thing, but she isn't ready for the dripping, sparkling neurolightning. Seema judges the distance and unsureness of gravity. Mare Christium sparks and bleeds from her left arm. Lunaterra swings her spear, crushes the string of pearls to the ground. It crumples, then darts away, lost in the mist. Saturn's worse off, but her machine will fix itself, and the poison in Mare Christium's system is only getting worse. You almost got me. Not quite. Ugh, my nose. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, that's like... See, I love playing as Saturn because they're like the kind of person I wish I was. Plus, like, I fucking love characters like that. But if I honestly had to say there was a character more like me, it would be more like Lunaterra, which is, like, so blind and, like, just autistically focused. The most and best brat in space? Yeah. I'm not very bratty, but, like, I'm more like Lunaterra, where it's just, like, I'm so fucking laser focused on everything, and, like, that I don't understand what's going on, basically, and like they'll never know like how cool they are, basically, when literally everyone is fucking telling him this to their face. They're like, no, that's not true, I'm focused on my thing, just shut up, kind of a thing. Sorry, such good fucking characters in this game, god damn it. You came off a little today, Lunaterra. I thought you were going to be serious. You're going to have to do a lot better than that if you want to see me serious. Shit. You're misunderstanding. I'm going to cheat. You're the one who has to take this seriously. How's that arm feeling? Still sparking? Still gooey? It doesn't take that much, you know. Have you been cleaning your systems regularly? What kind of fight are you looking for? A one-sided fight where you try your hardest and still lose. Looking for payback? What? No, who cares about that? It's for you, because you love getting owned. Lunaterra, the most normal and therefore least normal mecha pilot, because she does everything with buttons and switches and physical manual control. Yep, no, she literally, Lunaterra is like the guy in all of Gundam series, and like it happens in Mobile Suit a lot, but also Armored Core. Yeah, that guy. Lieutenant Headlights is the file name for that expression. Oh, that's funny. No, but like Lunaterra is that guy, i.e. in all the mobile shoots where you have like a bunch of new types flying around or you have a bunch of Gundams, there's just some fucker in a mobile suit that just like is just shit good and nobody can tell him what to do. It's like in what do you call it? In shit, Armored Core, that'd be kind of like Freud, V1, because like they have no augmentation. Char Azimuth, I'm pretty sure is a new type. Be more like there's somebody else in like the old Gundam series that I've heard who like doesn't have any augmentation, because I'm pretty sure Char Azimuth has some new type stuff in him. But Rusty almost bleeds into that, but Rusty has augmentation. Freud would be the best example because Freud is unaugmented, and yet he's still like one of the best fucking AC pilots in Armored Core 6. My nose. You're never holding back. There's no way I can beat you. You're even stronger than any story anyone's told about you. You're always win and no one touches you. If ship shell fights were life and death, that'd make you a genius. But they're not, and they're made in the image of plastic toys to fight like plastic toys. So that makes you an idiot and for not playing along and being honest. You'll save a lot of time if you give in and say I'm right now. If you beat me for real, that'll be all the answer you need. Stoic to the last, but that's great. Your holding out on me is actually kind of delicious. When's the story going to tell what's me? I'm sorry, I can't read. When's the story going to tell me what's happening? When are you gonna let me hear about all the static in your joints, the trembling in your mass, and the slackening of your grip? I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to know. Oh god, that's like fourth wall break type shit. Lunaterra knows that it's true. Saturn can't sense where she is at all, but she knows immediately that Lunaterra knows she knows. Tell me all about that and I promise, without any hate or feel, I'll listen. You don't believe me, but I promise. I promise I won't laugh or hurt you. I can't see you, so you can escape if you want. I'll let you keep that little ball even. And the poison will wear off, but I want to see. Do you want to show me? The Mara Christian crashes to the ground, skids along the wet streets of the colony. Her legs give out and her arms are too weak to catch her fall. String of Pearls lands gently, surprisingly, but that's what these ships were meant to do. They're meant to land gently. Even the electrotoxins are tingly, not painful, in a warm, numbing sort of way, like licking a battery with every part of your battery. There's no way that Lunaterra can stand up. As soon as she lets it all in, she falls in a mess, totally defeated. Hi, Amara. You missed a lot of fucking lore. Hot lesbian stuff is about to happen, I think. Oh, wow, you really did it. You got so quiet. You're so well trained. You're the big, strong ace, but you shut down so quickly. You really can't deal with me at all. Why is that? Didn't you say you weren't going to fucking bully me? I'm showing all possible restraint. You really did make it hard. I thought you were kind of cool. You really acted like you knew what you were doing, even though you were so scared. Leave me alone. Oh no, baby butter, you love this? You're looking forward to it. I can see right through you. These ships are meant to touch. If you never lose, you never let anyone in. Think of this as losing. Thinking of this as losing at all is actually kind of sad. You want to give this all up and drag me home? Are you really sure? Lunaterra, you really ought not to lie to me so much. This smug, untouchable Lunaterra that I used to hate, she's so boring. But the you that you don't want anyone else to see, well, that's a much better you. That's the you I want to see. Oh my god. Lunaterra is conscious of her own breath, of the unconscious pulsing rhythm of her ship's shelf, which trembles, and not just from the electrotorsion. She really can't move any sort of an effective way. But what she's feeling isn't fear or even helplessness. Shut the fuck up, Cyber. I swear to fuck. Oh my god. It's anticipation. If she thought that she trusted Saturn as much as anyone else, not at all. Now that she has no choice, she's surprised. She trusts Saturn that so much, even knowing exactly what she wants to do. Saturn plucks the broken reactor out of Mayor Chrism's hands and tosses it away like trash. And I will. Now I have the power to peel your skin off and see it. I'm really happy. I never thought I'd finally get to see you like this, even though you're letting me in. A little secret's just for me, but the nation will never tell. For you only? So only I get to see you twitching and helpless? No one else knows. Not telling, but it's just for you, so you keep it ambiguous. Got it. I could be straddling you and pinning you. That's certainly possible, but not for certain. I'm not saying anything definite. You've got it, thank you. I've got my pride. Yeah? Your pride? Tell me about that. It's worth a lot to me. Then I'm worth even more, right? Oh my god, the auto mod. Gay furries. What if Catgirl was on top of a dog girl? What if... Alright, I think that's enough for today. Well, we'll have to end stream here, so that was great. That was absolutely fantastic. But so I'll see y'all later. Bye. Shut the fuck up, Amara. I swear to fuck. No, okay, we're not actually ending stream. That was a joke. What? Why does Automod call it sex words? What fucking 12-year-old fucking wrote the censor system in this fucking Twitch? What if a cat goes on? Yeah, anyways. Sex word. No, you're not supposed to know. It's fine. Also, I think I broke it. OBS again. Oh, hold on. No, okay, there we go. Fuck, okay. No, it's back. I didn't break it. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, but like... Okay. There's a loop atop the helm of Merry Christmas that Max... Who's Max? I'm curious who Max is. Anyways, January 3rd, 1981. And the day is almost here. The deadline to save everyone who came up to space with us, fought with us, tried to bring everyone up with us. Max Schwartz, the artist? Ah, okay. If we shut down the lunar gravity well, there won't be any choice left. The power that keeps our ship selves in check will fall apart, and we won't have anywhere else to go but home. Wait, what? If we kill the dream, no one will die. We really, really hope that's true. No one should die in space. No one should die, period. No one has to die. Because ship shelf combat is shimmering missiles of light, cosmic explosion, electricity that sears the soul. Blade science is impossible for humans to produce. Dances of combat without end. A fight against ideas with toys. Humans would never show that sort of compassion to each other. Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. The quickest, most efficient, instantaneous, unavoidable way to kill a human. The most boring possible way to pointlessly die. No drama, no meaning, just nothing. Lunaterra Memorial Foundation ace pilot. Wait, so is that the light weapon she was using? Huh. Interesting. Our Foundation's plan is to shut down the MacGuffin that allows for tidal reactors and ship shells and life in space. Meh. January 30th, 1981. In the end, they might get everything we want in the way that no one wants. If we open up the lunar gravity well, then we can establish forever another Earth, and maybe another. We can inhabit the whole system, but that will cut humanity into two, and more. The distance will be so much further. Everything we have will be even farther from them. How much are we going to lose? How much will we never be able to give them? The moon is very close to being part of Earth. It's full of life, and humans can live here now. It feels impossible, and I don't want to give it up. We should break it off forever. Shouldn't we? All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. But if one of us dies as a result, I will fight forever to keep that precious thing alive. Proto, Princess of Cradle's Graces. It's January 30th, 1991. They don't name it because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more. It must be in every corner, behind every door, far, far away in the spaces between the stars. It is defined and categorized in every human culture and is deliberately omitted from explicit naming conventions by Moral Foundation in favor of a euphemism less captivating to the imagination, such as existential threat, rather than a specific word that would stimulate the imagination. But a trick like this will not work. And the euphemism is a hollow void that can hold all fears and all responsibilities. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not, but what is not does not stop existing. And it, like humans, can decide. It's the kiss of inverse, everything that humans can imagine, but can't become. The shortcut to attaining it is to forsake everything that humans already are. If a bunch of idiots get tricked into going there, it would make a very convenient enemy for Earth. That's their real fear. Before that happens, I will tell you a little secret. Ready? Saturn Celestial Mechanics Test Pilot. But no, Lunaterra uses existential weapons like every other ship self. Earth's weaponry is, we literally just kill you dead. So even in true mecha fantasy, Earth is still the killjoy. Day 7. Route installation complete. New OS in operation. Celestial Mechanics fleet collecting in the orbit of Earth's moon. Request for assistance received. Ignore. Awaiting manual input of mission parameters. Assist Cradle Graces and Celestial Mechanics with the opening of the gravity well and changing gravitational constants to make conflict with Earth possible. Saturn's Linux install finally complete. Oh my god. So, mission created. Get in as much trouble as possible with Moral Foundation's ace. Mission created. Calculating gravitational slingshot data from server hack. Sega Steam Deck. Oh my god. Ready for launch? Yes. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Earth's moon. Nice. Comms. Let me go ahead and save. I'm gonna overwrite this one. Comms. Do you think about Nath still? That's out of nowhere. I think about them every day, obviously. They're the reason Celestial Mechanics exists. Oh, sorry. My nose. First to understand what happened to them, and then, because we couldn't stop thinking about it, but how to make what happened to them happen to us. We still don't know what it was exactly. They had us all get together to reach through space and time and contact the existential threat wherever it came from. Make sure that it truly had been defeated for good. I think they were really hoping it wasn't. We felt the same, especially us who never got to fight yet. We reached together as far as we could, and Nath reached farther than anyone. I didn't think it would have been them before anyone else, but I didn't know them. Was it that they reached too far? Or what? Or something reached to them? What's the difference? In the end, they got it. Whatever it was. Are you having second thoughts? Maybe. They were the only one. I always wonder why that was. Were they special? In a good way or a bad way? Were they chosen? What would be the criteria? We know it's none of that, though. Just a lonely, unchosen child without so little presence in this world they fell into another one. That's how it is. The only trick is how to do it on purpose. That's just it. Are we too attached? I want to be something new and share it with everyone. Am I too heavy for the apple? It's a thin line between falling into inverse because you have hope, and because you don't have any left. We should be glad it's not so easy, you know? Good. Fuck. Fun fact, in contrast to Greek-Roman naming conventions, Neith is an Egyptian deity, a hypothesized moon of Venus. Oh, right, I heard about that. Yeah, it turned out not to exist, like Vulcan, kind of. God. No, that's another funny thing as well, is there's a lot of planets that are renamed for the Roman version. Like, Saturn is called Kronos in this universe, and Mars is called Ares, they're all the Roman versions, basically. Which is, again, going back to that queer thing of giving yourself a new name, and, like, the humans all on Earth still call them Saturn and Mars, but, like, that's not their names anymore, and I fucking love that. But the fact Neith is so alien that their naming conventions didn't even belong, like, in this Greek Greco-Roman thing, that they basically vanished into the nether world, I fucking love that. That's so cool. Yep, exactly. Mail alerts. Why children? Memorial Foundation Space Program documentation. Director Nix. They aren't children anymore, but when they were pilots, they were. For all the obvious reasons that children are more suited to be pilots than adults. Since the decline of the space crew, there have been fewer and fewer waves of new recruits, and the current pilot generation have no success. Adults are serving as pilots because there are no longer any children in space, and adults should not have to serve as pilots. It would be cruel to send children to fight a war so that adults don't have to, especially as adults have far more powerful tidal forces than children. In their physical and metaphorical manifestations, tides are the measurement of the authority that culture has over the universe, the light of the soul that turns all possible things into our dominion. The gravitational forces of children are weak enough to perceive and engage the existential threat without obliterating it instantly. And as a cancer that exerts a subtle influence in the back of our unknowing minds, they are suited to protect us from it. For this reason, Memorial Foundation has pushed against traditional cultural institutions for engaging existential threats with this more humane practice due to the resiliency of children and detrimental long-term effects contact with existential threats has on adults in the vast majority of cases. In some exceptional circumstances, contamination lingers in children. Their gravitational forces never achieve sufficient power to extinguish the existential without resistance. Without the tidal force to challenge other adults, they remain in limbo, unsuited to anything else. The remaining small percentage of the original pilot program that continued to reside in space is made of such cases. Huh. That is fucking weird, and I can see the subtext. That is really fucking cool. New aversion proposal. Memorial Foundation Central Classified. Extract. Author, Memorial Foundation Celestial Mechanics. Oh, damn. Oh, right, because Celestial Mechanics everyone belonged to Memorial Foundation at first. Thank you. I am no different from my former colleagues. I think we all want the same thing. Ultimately, every one of us. I implore you to be more forgiving of them, though not of their methods. Many of us are thankful for the ending of the Cold War. The paranoia and suspicion that accompanied the strength of the existential threat in this world is fed on the trauma and malaise and discontent of the world after the war. But I think some of us must have some reservations about the future. And abandoning existential threats to address the threats of our home, we will inevitably result in us turning to conflict between humans once more, and in turn the existent will thrive. We are looking for the smoothest, most uncontested future. I won't lie, this will not ensure happiness for everyone. In fact, it may be difficult to underestimate how much it will ensure the opposite for what we will ensure are very few. But what I'm proposing will ensure the maximum happiness for the maximum number of people. And what else can we do? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, save. And mission select. What time is it? Okay, it's 1:11. Yep. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few type shit. Yeah. The acceleration due to gravity. Shell's mechanics and Cradle's graces have one thing in common, and that's escaping Earth's gravity. To do that, they need Saturn and Pluto to work together to corrupt the lunar gravity well. It's an opportunity for the one to get the upper hand over the other, but they're not thinking about it politically. Plastic versus metal. Earth has proposed to let the children of space sort themselves out for now, but their machines of war guard the way back home, just in case. When Saturn and Lunaterra meet in a chance encounter, the true terror of humanity stares them down. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna do this one first again. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. How's the new equipment fitting? It's not that much weirder than how it was before. This mission really is a weird one, Mercury. It was always the plan, you know that. The lunar gravity well is the anchor that all tidal reactors resonate with. It's how ship shells maintain their form, how colonies on other planets in orbital bases and their ships maintain environments human can survive in. Gravity, in both the literal and figurative senses, is required for us to live in space, and without it, we dissolve into the universe, become everything that humans aren't. There's a lot of that in the universe, if you notice. If we want to turn to something interesting and specific, we have to make sure that we're controlling the aversion process. Is it going to work? Probably not. I wouldn't trust Iapetus to do this right. There's nothing in it for him, so why would he care? When he lived on Earth, he had everything he wanted. He isn't like anyone else who came to space. He's just flirting with the idea of transcending human limits for boring reasons, and only for his. There are no places left on Earth to conquer, so he wants to be the first to own the future. If you ever watched Double O, I very much imagine Iapetus as that fucking mercenary guy who killed Lacan's parents. The warmonger guy. Anyways. If this actually works, I don't want to share it with him. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I told you I was playing this how I wanted, right? I'm not letting him have this. I'm really starting to like Pluto's ideas. It's a lot more unified than like whatever Celestial Mechanics wants. Wait. Does Pluto want the gravity well to be destroyed and for people to return to home? No, that's only foundations. I'm trying to decide which one. I want to see what this one does, though. I'll save it. We'll save it for right now. For right now. So, and I'll do this one. Yeah. She kind of wants to create a new Earth, basically. On the lunar south pole, the moon's first city glitters mundanely. So ordinary it's hard to believe it's just not another yet sight on Earth. The Lagrange colony was destroyed, the Ares colony was stillborn, but Earth's satellite is almost as much Earth as Earth is. So we have the authority to name Earth's satellite the Moon, part of our body, the native sphere, and not foreign. What are you playing at, Amara? So we have the authority to name Earth's satellite the Moon, part of our body, the native sphere, and not foreign, unknown Luna. Even if the space program is ended, the Moon will remain part of Earth, as it once was, before a cosmic event tore it from Earth. Reclaiming the Moon was a historically and existentially important event for all of us. Except for this impossible tower on an impossible mountain and a point of eternal light, which is not so earthy yet. The gravity well is suspended directly above the tower's point, resonating with Earth, to keep every wayward human in space grounded. The Moon has been taught almost all of the Earth's gravity, but not quite. There's still some possibility left. You're quiet. Are you up to something? What makes you say that? The tide, or the tilde, but almost everything else. Pluto just fucking reads the narrative. I love that. Smart. What the fuck does that mean? Oh my god. Hey, I'm being very sneaky here. The string of pearls that croon McCullough circle around the small, glimmering void of the gravity well. For all the good it might do, Celestial Mechanics and Cradle of Grace's capital ships are standing by, just not too close. Who knows what could happen? I should be suspicious, shouldn't I? I think you must have some sort of evil plan. Of course, you should always be suspicious. I'm shifty. I'm here to get the upper hand. Good, that's why I'm here too. Still, I don't mind if your evil plan that finally succeeds, as long as it's yours. You're trying to fluster me. Try harder. I mean, it is working. I just want to get flustered more. You're in a really good mood, so I'm extra worried. More worried to be working with you than all the times fighting you. Not in a bad way, though. The gravity well is a massive engine that's very stable. To destabilize is very dangerous to everyone and everything, which is why they're opening it. The escorting operational platforms of Cradle of Graces and Celestial Mechanics tonelessly coordinate with each other to instruct Saturn Pluto on preparations, like exes that are forced to attend an event for their children together, because that's what they are. Now you're the one who's quiet. I was in a good mood. Did I tease you too much? Oh no, I'm just remembering something. Do you remember this too? We did something like this before, a long time ago. We did? Together? Only saw you a little back then on campus. It was kind of a weird time. You seemed really far away then. More so than now. We weren't there that long. Look at the smart play. Alright, Amara. You do realize I gave you these powers and I can take them back. Anyways, kind of weird times. Never went that long. But the third, no, you can't. No, you. Try me, bitch. For the third generation, they wanted to kickstart the process. You know, not a whole childhood care and attention, but condensed, chemically assisted, cybernetic enhanced growth. They wanted us to go from nothing to perfect. I guess by that standard, we didn't fall as short as we could have. Unfolding dimensional chords begin torque acceleration. They were hard times. You know I was really bad at first, right? Not just terrible at all the classes, all the tests, all of the work. But I wasn't obedient or likable either. I was super annoying. It still feels like that, me, most of the time. That can't be true. Of course it's true. I wouldn't have tried so hard if I hadn't been like that at first. New type Pluto versus Cyber new type Saturn, yeah. When I first got here, I knew I was lucky and should have been so much happier than I was on Earth, but everything felt wrong. took a long time for those memories to turn happy, containing stray particles establishing that. It was the opposite for me. At first, I loved being a science experiment, but I guess it would have been different for you. I didn't think about that. What do you mean? You sound like we met each other before. Enabling physical canceller, limit off. I'm good at remembering people. There's not that many of us, so it's not that hard. But I remember you. You looked like you started out perfect. You know, I was a little jealous of you. I'm not surprised you don't remember the one thing we did together. Everyone was there and we were just thinking about what happened and not anything else. Oh, you're talking... Yeah, that. We were all there. So of course you were there. I didn't think about that either. Nyx, Iapetus, and Europa all wanted this program to justify its existence. Earth didn't agree. The alien threat that we defeated with such ease wasn't even worth it. It's funny because all of these leaders, they're all moons of planets. Europa, Iapetus are both big moons of Saturn. Europa's moon of Jupiter, Iapetus is in Saturn. Nyx might be around Neptune or Uranus, I forget. But they're all moons. Anyways, all wanted space for him to justify its existence. Earth didn't agree. The alien threat that we defeated with such ease wasn't even worth it. It's just shadow created by waves of humanity in space. A color and a light that fought us and never came into focus. So they had us all come together over the gravity well, just like this, to see if we could pull whatever they were more fully into our universe. And then it went so wrong. That was when the space program really ended, wasn't it? We never should have done it. It was risky, and no one knew what they were doing and everyone was desperate. I don't know, maybe Neath doesn't feel the same way. The tiny plane of glimmering darkness in the gravity well sometimes shines in such a way that for a moment it seems like there's something inside it. I hope that's true. I want to believe it. I can't blame them for what happened though either way. Really though? What do you mean, can't blame them? I mean, they're the one who gave in, right? When most people talk about what Neath did or what happened when they turned inside out in the light of the gravity well, it was as if it was a horrible accident. Not something they did on purpose. Why do you talk about it like it was? I just had this feeling. I didn't really know Neath at all. No, maybe I should have just be honest. For a second I was thinking the same thing. What if I jump in? I thought the same thing. We could have been like them. During the testing, when we saw the gravity well opening before us, we could have jumped in too if we wanted to. It was scary. It was, but a lot of us looked at that, and after we thought, us too. And that was how Celestial Mechanics was born. That's how the truth, whatever Iapetus really wants aside, we have our own ideas. It's amazing. I couldn't be so brave. When Earth looked at what emerged, they were filled with despair. So that's how I decided to feel too. After all, it was proof that the exoplanet was the same thing it's always been. The same thing we've been fighting as long as humans have been humans. The shadow of a possibility cast by us. The not quite there aliens we had fought for so long were just caused by our own ripples in space-time. I feel like replies would actually be a perfect insert for ripples. We only had ourselves to lose, and nothing to gain by fighting them. Where Neath went and what they became, only Wait! Oh? Is that a callback? Okay. I recognize that name. If you don't know, I fucking bawled my eyes out at the Venus arc in what's it called? Anyways, Venus is my favorite character in We Know the Devil. Like, I will die for them. They are me. I am them. I want to be an angel. Who doesn't want to be a who doesn't want to be a gender bending angel? I mean, like, at the end of the day, We Know the Devil. Yeah. I love Mara's reaction to that. Venus is also yeah. The trans experience. Don't you just want to like shed your humanity and grow all-seeing eyes and become omnipotent? I mean, who doesn't? Anyways, what did you really feel in that moment before you told yourself otherwise? I'll tell you how I felt. I felt smug. I mean, I did everything right, and that loser messed it up. When I learned it was the end of the program, I was mad. But when they demoted me for piloting it anyway, I realized I was the fool. It was an important lesson on not being a good girl. There's also the Neptune ending where the cute closeted trans girl gets pinned against the wall and it force fit my I sadly actually did not play the Neptune ending. I just played the Jupiter and Venus ending, and then I wanted the happy ending, so I like speed ran it and then got the happy ending. Basically, I should have played the Neptune ending because like I'm not sure who's my second favorite character besides Venus in that, because like Venus is literally just me, so it's like I can't not like him basically. But like if I had to between Jupiter and Neptune, I don't think I could choose for the second character, because like I just want to give Jupiter a hug and I want Neptune to hug me, if that makes sense. But yeah. Stabilizing reaction, synchronicity perfect. Hold until stable. I feel like I know you a little better now, Saturn. Me too, in a kind of new way. Now you, what did you really feel? The gravity well opens. The reactor is turned inside out, from shining white to infinite black. Oh wait, is the reactor a white hole and they're just turning into a black hole? That'd be kind of cool. Anyways, infinite black. Drawing in all that is and emitting all that isn't yet. But with gravity itself, the weight we have in the universe, that alone is all we need to touch. Aww. Oh, there you are. Am I allowed to show this on Twitch? I think what is it? Twitch already has a category for it, so it's probably okay, I think. I hope I don't get banned from Twitch. Okay, it's Twitch safe, got it. Neptune was the only one I resonated hard with. I am rarely the one telling friends they don't need apologies for existing or expressing desires. Shut the fuck up, Amar. Saturn censorship. That's one way of censoring things, I'll say. Anyways, I know we only get a moment of touch. Do you maybe think sometimes of falling in? Even you must have thought about it. Core resonance is in perfect conditions, ready for full release. Gravity well inbound, all stability checks nominal, here it comes. Back then, I almost did jump in. I thought about it before it was happening, when they said you must not under any circumstances. It would make anything I couldn't do possible if I left everything I had behind. It's an awful paradox of a deal, but I wanted to do it so much I would have if Neith hadn't wanted it in 1 second more. I've never told anyone that. You're really good at seducing people, Saturn. If I gave the chance to fall in again, would you? Would you fall in with me? Oh, just you wait and see. The gravity well shines. It is collapsing into a star. Everything's starting. The opening was peaceful, perfect, no problems. Yet there is a feeling like the fluttering of wings deep down. That was the mission? Damn. I'm gonna save here. But goddamn. Wow. Ugh, this game, both We Know the Devil and this game, I feel like just have like really cool concepts and just emotional gut punch after emotional gut punch. Like, good lord. I honestly need to play We Know the Devil on stream sometime. Anyways, everything is ready for you. I wish you had let me help you more. You'll be fine back home, without a ship. I envy you a little bit. Piloting is for girls and jocks. It's not my thing. But I wish just coming with you. Sometimes a very, very tiny bit. Yeah, exactly. Gorals, yes. Mercury. We are very different, but I love you. We're part of the same thing. We wanted the same things, and I'll walk alongside you until we get them. Really? You're not leaving, possibly forever? If I'm leaving, you're coming with me. If I stay, I'll bring you home. You know you can't rely on me for anything, but you can count on me for this. I promise. I promise. You promise with correct punctuation and capitalization, so you know it's real. What else can I do to pay you back? Nothing. I count on you for a lot, Saturn. The same way you count on me. Remember your shut. No, no, no. We already played that game on stream. I sobbed at the end. We're not. God, I really am just a walking stereotype on me with all the game I've played on stream, haven't I? God damn it. Mailer. Why children? Again. Pilot program training documentation. Leak Moral Foundations for your activities. True. Anyways, by the end of the space program, with recruitment having stopped almost a decade before the official decommissioning of the space program, all the pilots had become adults. Yet they were recruited as children and spent the fiercest years of fighting against the existential threat as children. Much like criticisms levied at the scout programs on Earth, it was a motion that Moral Foundation considered heavily in deciding now to recruit their pilots. Children have no special piloting qualities, with much weaker tidal authority than adults, who, of course, have the tidal authority to engage other adults. Adults would be stronger, more powerfully able to use ship shells, much more so the beloved and chosen adults, rather than the discarded and flawed children that were chosen. On Earth, adults with much stronger tidal forces than children will destroy the existential threat before even comprehending it, and because of this, those threats are able to hide in the world and prey on those who are more weak, such as children, or those who are unchosen even as adults. Those who are strong enough should struggle with other humans, and those who are weaker protect the rest from the trivial threats outside humanity. Sustained contact with the existential threat often exacerbates this effect, and there is a cold twofold reason for delegating who will and who will not confront existential threats. Children and the unchosen bear the burden, so adults will not be worn away. Okay, so basically this entire time they're saying, like, hey, we don't want to send children because that's, thing, but we're still going to children to serve the needs of adults, basically. God, shit, man. Yeah, what is it? Hey, Steven, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy. I don't think he's beyond saving. Or something like that, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, no. Existential threat is basically just what humans see other humans as and seeing them as alien, and the Moral Foundation is so fucking naive and blind that they can't, like, fucking see this, and so they're like, well, we need to do everything at all costs. Fascism. Yeah. No. Mara, you've also missed, like, the first half of this game of just how, like, fascistic the Moral Foundation is kind of, like, set up, basically. But yeah. Anyways. It's all just subtext for, like, I feel like, for, like, oh god, think of the children, protect the children, oh no, not the children, kind of shit that you see nowadays in the news. You know what I mean? Anyways. I think that's what, like, just the entire point of this game, though. Yeah, it's like, oh no, think of the children, they're so innocent. Anyways, I'm gonna use them as an accessory for war crimes. Yeah, anyways. Ninja Foundation is neo-lib rather than fascist. Apodus is much more... Yeah, I support the alien other, so we have a target to aim everyone else at. Yeah. 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 Anyways, all right, I need to stop being distracted. Plastic versus metal. All right, let's. All right. Earth has promised let the children of space sort themselves out for now, but their machines of work are the way. All right, we're teaming up with full lesbian team up against like a Metal Gear or a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Spinning up tidal reactor frequency double checks first turn. 100%. Frequency double checks second turn. Stop and spin them again. From 0 again? Where were they? Where were they at? 99.999%. But it doesn't matter. They should be at 100%, so we're spinning them again. Mercury, if I go out and die, it's not going to be because we didn't quintuple check every reactor pulse. Saturn, this time please, could you listen for once? No matter how useless I know that telling you this is, I know I say this over and over, but can you listen? Seriously, tell me you're not going to be risky this time. It's not a game anymore. This mission is different. It's not ship shell to ship shell. Those troops are real weapons from Earth, designed for threats that are real, not existential. They are perfectly capable of killing. They are designed for no other purpose. That's not going to be even an issue, though, because your orders are strictly to observe and not get remotely close enough to engage. They won't leave stationary orbit around the near side of the moon. They're Earth's insurance plan, and we can ignore them as soon as we make sure that all they're doing. Don't joke about dying. That can't happen. It won't if everything is perfect and you do exactly what you're supposed to do. Yeah, it's 1:30. Wait, this is the final mission? Oh, shit. It finally matters this time. And you... Mercury, please. I'm actually really sorry, Mercury. I didn't mean to make you worry. I didn't really make you worry for real. I promise I'm not trying to die, okay? I promise, okay? Making poor choices about who to kiss and what to do isn't the same thing. I listen to you when it's for real, okay? I wouldn't cross the line. You're my friend, no one else. No one else is worth you. You're the most important. We've been through too much. I wouldn't ever go back or throw everything we've got away. You know that, right? Sorry I'm acting like I forgot. Mercury? Hey, say something. You idiot. Give me a minute. Damn it, I was going to act like I tricked you. I was going to get you to feel smug, making you think everything was serious, and I was going to lord over you. Now I'm crying, asshole. Sorry about me, but I love you too, don't worry. Oh. Mercury tries to get one final stab in, fucking gets emotionally gut punched instead. God, I fucking love these goobers. God damn it. They're goobers. I don't want any of them to die. Do I risk it all? Or do I go with something that favors Memorial Foundation? It's like she did just promise Mercury not to kill her, not to die. Well, that's why I saved, so I'm gonna choose this one. That's true, that's a good point. Whoa, seems almost like it can't be a coincidence. Bumping to you again. Fancy seeing you here. A likely story, but please stay down. It's closing in. That thing wants to murder us very badly. It wants to kill. Yep. Aren't you itching to fight it? The autonomous military unit is waiting for opportunities, it seems, but it's really just reacting to conditions, responding with protocol. It's a Metal Gear. It's inevitability, gravity, law. Humans can be pretty unambiguous, which is why if you want something done precisely, you must teach it only a sliver of what humans know. If you want someone dead without complications, you need to remove nuance first. It doesn't have any kind of morality system or decision-making process. It's very non-discriminatory. Just gravity and nothing else. It's a gun and not much else. So maybe you should stop harassing it so much. It's annoying though, I want to bully it. Promise that I wouldn't tangle with something if it was really life or death. But now that I'm here, I'm too tempted. I just absolutely want to tear it to pieces. Completely destroy it like it wants to destroy me. You ever feel like that? Even when you're terrified? Especially then. But it's not worth fighting. Not at all. Even a little. It's like fighting gravity or a whole planet. What can you call winning against something like that? There are a million more. You can't have a real argument with something like that. They sent autonomous troops because they didn't want to have one in the first place. Just goes to show they really don't care what happens to space or anyone in it. Or they do, and they want this badly to believe they don't. You're going to hate this, but this makes me wish I could crush them even more. I'm sorry. There has to be a way, right? Oh, geez. Unlike a ship's shell, the autonomous military unit doesn't have a shape that remotely resembles a person. There's no need for that, obviously. You would give something human shape only if you wanted it to be able to express the fullness of being a human. War has never been fought like that. Military technology is designed to narrow available resources in order to efficiently execute a single specific function. Giant robots have never been practical for war. I kind of like that, because, like, you get a lot of old, hard sci-fi where it's like, it truly does feel like an alien contraption, but it's, like, not human, and so it kind of like just loses the nuance in it, basically. Like, there's no, what do you call it? Meta commentary on the genre? Yeah. Oh yeah, this is definitely meta commentary. What is necessary is a single vector pointed in a certain inflexible fixed direction. The autonomous military unit may not look human, but it is human. A single uncontained human thought. Die. I'm worried that telling you this will just encourage you, so I shouldn't. Feels like a bad idea. But they're not invincible or almighty against us, even if they're incredibly, overwhelmingly powerful, especially here in the liminal zones of the moon, but not ever, not anywhere. That's nice to hear even you get mad about it. I understand the math, we're risking our lives and our personhood, but they're not. It's very one-sided. Humans are cowards. And that makes me want to fight it even more. I'm saying it's not worth it. The statement will be lost on Earth. They've got an endless number of drones. And you can destroy them, right? I'm not asking if there's a point. I don't care about that. I'm asking if we can. Let me know how you did it, right? Because you have. Oh, hold on. There we go. You really don't know, Saturn. You just don't. And you never will. You can wish and fight, but Earth will never let us go. 9.8 meters per second squared is what we're bound to. Your weight and mine are nothing compared to that speed. We can't even scratch the surface. But you're right, it was stupid. But when I was with Krail's Graces, I destroyed one. Pluto made me promise never to risk my life over something like that again. That's a huge brag, but given all that, kind of crazy thing to do. Why? Not that I think it doesn't rule. I was feeling to say you're feeling. Pure spite. I'm not quite as bad anymore. At least I'm trying not to be. I know that feeling. It's easy to bet your life when you don't care whether you lose it or not. If we fight together, we'll be betting on each other. It doubles the risks, and there's still no point. Is there really no point to it, though? Useless? Okay, that's true, but not pointless. You are so clever, Lunatera, but you have outsmarted yourself, and now you're believing there's no meaning in fighting against that blind and unstoppable force. I definitely know what battles I want to fight. The senseless eye of the autonomous weapon fixates on their location. The string of pearls doesn't give it time to get inquisitive. Saturn's closing the distance, cheating distance. It reflexively attempts to close the distance too, but its calculations seem to be constantly just off. Saturn, come back! What did I just fucking say? Were you listening to yourself? Aren't we doing this? Are you just gonna prove my point or what? It's no big deal for you, right? You've done it before, right? It'll be twice as easy now. So don't make me fight it alone. That'll be fucked up. It'll be heroic if it's just the two of us, so come on, nail me. Don't you want me to not end up like you? Don't you want not to end up like you? The autonomous military unit is extremely simple. It fires a simple burst of metal directly at a cockpit. A particle unaffected by gravity. Instantly lethal. Yeah, don't you want to not end up like you. Goddamn. Takes all the drama and expression out of fighting. The ultimate anticlimax. That's why true combat is ugly, arbitrary, horrifying. A struggle for power in absolute terms. Not a romance. Like fighting in a perfect body, like fighting in a perfect body can be. It's only because you did something so stupid that I'm joining you. A blue, elusive streak, unmistakable and impossible to pin down. Follow Saturn. Liar, fake, hypocrite, you've never smiled as much before you are right now. Against even a single autonomous unit, not dying starts out hard and keeps getting harder. Saturn can cheat the distance, but it's the reason she isn't instantly dead. Their targeting is flawless and predictive, based on clear intention made in space-time culture by gravity. But Saturn's just cheats every time. She changes the math, and every time it adjusts to correct, and keeps getting smarter and harder. Still, Saturn does the math much better than it can. There's a interesting thing in Armored Core 6 where the way a lot of targeting works in the ACs is it tries to lead a lot, and you can kind of fool it by constantly changing your vector or speed, so whatever targeting is going on has to constantly do that to adjust, basically. And apparently what it finds out is going in a circle, a very tight circle, does this very well. So you want to do is constantly change directions, not just slightly, but like almost completely. It's why, like, to dodge really powerful attacks, you don't quick boost in the direction you're flowing, you quick boost directly the opposite direction you're going, and it completely fools the FCS usually. Anyways. Luna Tanner will die if she thinks to herself about what's happening for even a single second. Sure, she doesn't. She verbs instead. Do this, do that, make it real, make it happen. Don't think or blink. Simply and possibly always be doing, always be being. Don't get hit and never die. Nothing like life and death to remind you that being alive is great, and in that state you can become infinitely capable of fighting tooth and nail no matter what. Okay, this is where Armored Core. But Mare Chrism's hard light slugs hit the unit's chassis, it miscalculates, dips in motion, but is undeterred. It can endure much more than that. Lunataire respects that and fires 12 more, a dozen more, at point blank as possible. No time for mercy, so increase the output more than should be possible. Defensive insulation keeps it protected from the string of pearls like electrotoxins. All the string of pearls can leave is a series of bleeding, oozing, hot pink pinpricks. Nothing but scratches until there are so many of them there aren't just scratches anymore. There's no limit of how mean she can get. It's something else. Fighting like this, I wasn't ready. You're doing amazing, you're unreal, you have to be. Otherwise, you're dead, so don't let up. Don't stop, keep going. It's the only way. Every approach and hit counts, you gotta be perfect. The autonomous military unit is faster than either of them, but it's faster than coincidence. It's not fast enough to predict someone who's not even thinking, and it's not faster than cheating. Saturn works her whole hand into its guts and comes out with a fistful. It has dozens of redundant components designed to withstand unreal trauma and continue fighting, where there's a slight delay as the failsafe switch circuits. That moment in time is enough for Lunataire to plunge her iridescent blade into the flailing sensors that burn into white light. Even torn in half, ripped apart both ways apart by division of light and dark. Undone, the autonomous unit still moves. The only way they will win is to be completely thorough. Pull the guts out every which way, never show mercy, and never let go, until they're bathed in it, head to toe. At the end, they don't even realize what the moment came that they were still alive, that they had won. Are you finally satisfied? God, it was worse than I remembered. No idea, but how I did it alone. I feel incredible, beyond satisfied. If I didn't feel almost dead, I'd be begging you to do that all over again. I knew it'd just encourage you. Shows the do good it did. You know, Lunataire, I'm fighting, no matter what. No matter who wins. I know the best I can hope is half of what I want. But I'm not here for a realistic outcome, even if that's all we get. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to fight forever with perfect greed until I get everything. I don't know if I can be that cool. When it comes down to it, I won't stop either. God damn, that was the most Armored Core shit stuff. Yeah, autonomous PCA crap. That felt like the Balteus fight, honestly, of like you have to like in a lot of the Armored Core fights, especially like the Cataphract fight, it's like don't think, just do, basically, and I fucking love that. This game is good. Iapetus. Well then, I'm quite impressed. You don't even sound surprised. With how much I fucked everything up, I thought I'd even get surprised for once. If you had this much faith in me, you shouldn't have gotten so mad. More like, oh, give us a ball and... Good lord. I wouldn't be respecting you very much if I wasn't prepared with contingency plans, but I'm delighted to not need them. I thought so. I used to think that you knew everything. Oh, good to see you're understanding the fallibility of your superiors. Now I understand it's because you just don't have any experience in not getting what you want, and you always are sure deep down it'll turn out for you. You wound me. I'm no stranger to not getting what I want. The world would be a very different place if I did. No, Iapetus, not even close. You've never even come close to not getting what you want like I have. Forgive me, then, if I put it like that. I'm certainly much closer than you. But that's the reason for this arrangement, of course. You will all get the bodies you wanted. Should I give Iapetus the snail voice? Should I make him sound like Snail? Cyber? God, if that would be so fucking hilarious. It'd be even worse if he starts calling all the pilots mutts. It'd be awful. Anyways. My nose. Anyways. But that's the reason for this whole arrangement, of course. I don't remember what Snail sounds like, but I vaguely recall he's a smarmy prick. Snail is the most fucking smarmy prick, like, you have ever heard. I heard him described as, like, the frat, not the frat, but like the kid who like his parents paid him to go to college, and like he just ends up in a mountain of debt, and he peddles NFTs on the side to pay it off. Basically a kind of like a British tech bro who thinks he's like the king of everything, and he makes you like he spills his tray in the food court. It makes it somehow your problem, basically. Whereas I think it was Rusty, as in the Dark Souls YouTuber, who called him an NFT peddling fuck. So that's the best term for Snail, honestly. Dad's chief police kind of, yep, exactly. NFT peddling fuck, as Amara puts it. But anyways, and he has a very British accent in like the game as well, which is even better. He goes, forgive me then if I put it like that. I am certainly much closer than you. But that's the reason for this arrangement, of course. You all get the bodies you want so much. And Earth will have the villain it desires. Ah, so you are that clever. What of it? It's still a mutually beneficial scenario. You and humanities will be so different from each other that you could not possibly understand or communicate with each other. Both sides can fight each other with abandon until the end of time, and never hurt those they love. You'll have yours, we will have ours. Wait, still benefiting. You and humanity will be so different from each other that you could not possibly understand or communicate with each other. Both sides are okay. Oh my fucking god, he's an idiot. Show the clip of him screaming. Not until we get... I want to see Iapetus get his comeuppance in the story. We won't do it yet. If you have the will to abandon your own humanity, then abandoning the rest of the human race, who never cared for you in the slightest, should be trivial. You don't know how relieved that makes me hear. You really don't understand. Whether it's spite or love, no way I'm not sharing this gift. The fleet crashes, ship shelf against ship shelf. In the shadow of the gravity well, none of it is visible from Earth. A quiet conflict, not a war, as has been stressed. It's more like a very pointed argument. It's like the Mayor's Ignis, like, what is it? 1,000 suns burn over Luna skies or whatever. I don't know. So many people kind of launched that whole, like, alternate history lunar war into, like, all over Twitter, if I remember, but, like, it was literally only Twitter contained. It was like some kind of like alternate history where like the US finds like a portal to an exo-world underneath the lunar South Pole, and they keep drilling into it to get infinite water resources, so they build a military base, and then like a nuclear war between the Russians and the US erupts over the moon or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Like Marignus or something. Go to bed, Amara. Oh, I got a text from somebody. Hold on. Oh, it's just Kroger. Never mind. Hold on. I'm trying to get the stream back up. There we go. Yep, you EP, go to bed. Not a word has been stressed. It's more like a very pointed argument. It could be a conversation if only they understood each other, and sometimes they do. It could be kissing if they loved each other, and sometimes they do. With the gravity well open, unrestrained, they fight weightlessly, under the full weight of their own gravity alone, a truer way to fight than anyone has experienced before. To fight with one's own self and the full weight of one's gravity, and the hollow weight of the inverse, is the only time this will be possible. Our true power, unrestrained. Celestial mechanics simply takes advantage, when no one else is looking. Celestial mechanics made no plans to win, after all. There was no way to win in this sort of conflict. The winner only has to prove a point. The way that celestial mechanics accomplishes this is simple. True to themselves, without the weight of gravity tying them to Earth, tying them to orbit, holding them in their human forms. What happens next is the natural result, and that's what proves their point. It isn't immediately clear anything is wrong. It happens naturally, as a consequence of a truly unrestrained conflict. Each one climbing to the top, seeing how far their limits are, and realizing, suddenly, there aren't any. When the first pilot sends her reactor's limits past the theoretical possible range, her reactor everts. And what only existed deep inside is now the face she wears. A perfect, unbelievably untrue self. So true that it cannot exist even in orbit. Oh my god, they fucking Evangelion this shit. I only know of the Europa Ice Wars. I've never heard of that, actually. A version for everyone. Everyone turns to orange juice. Yay! Actually, no, this is like the opposite of orange juice, basically. Like, everyone is becoming truly and completely individual, basically. Whereas, like, the orange juice thing is like everyone becoming a super organism together, a hive mind, essentially. Or one. Until she's joined by another. And another. In unison, their gravity holds them together. Good job, Saturn. That's exactly how I imagined. Not having second thoughts, are you? It's everything you wanted. Oh my god, I love they blur out Iapetus' face for this. I fucking love it. And if you'll be good for Earth it will be good for Earth as well. Your infection of the gravity well is perfect, and you will successfully fuse with the ship's self, just like you wanted. For your happiness too, of course. Humans will get to live as humans, aliens as aliens. Excuse me. I need to turn that down, actually, in my own ears. They don't want anyone romancing him and his bullshit. That's true. It's how they make, like, the camp counselor in We Know the Devil look like a chicken. I actually liked it more that they kind of, like, never showed God, essentially, in that, and, like, God was more just described as, like, every guy you're too afraid to talk to. That was probably... We Know the Devil, when they described God's voice like that, that was probably the most fucking terrifying thing I think I've ever heard before. It was like, oh god, oh, just, no, don't like it, Yeah, that was, no, no, not good. Anyways, back to Snail. Can I call him Snail Iapetus? I'm gonna call him Snail Iapetus. I'm actually gonna type it in chat real quick. Snail. How do you spell it? Iapetus. Oh, misspelled. There we go. Snail Iapetus. I'm sorry. It's like Snail Teus, like the second Balteus fight you have where Snail basically like overclocks it with all the plasma stuff he snaps on it. Anyways, as enemies mutually agreed upon, with no possibility of communication or reconciliation, and no conflict or guilt on our own sides, humanity shouldn't externalize all of their problems, but I think we can still manage progression with most of them. And with your hands already sunk into the gravity well, I should tell you, it's technically too late. Things will take care of themselves from here. And thanks to your actions, I have had more than enough time to prepare for re-entry. I knew it would be that easy for you to ditch us. Not so. I still find y'all so fascinating, leading such beautiful lives. You don't know if you can say, go to sleep, Amara. I swear. I will stop the stream right here, right now, so you go to sleep. I will stop the stream. Anyways. Leading such beautiful lives. I have regrets, of course, but I have a real world to get back to. I'm not having regrets either. I'm only mad at how much you're underestimating me. Because you think I'm satisfied only getting what I want, and not greedy enough for more. Saturn regular... Oh, did I accidentally skip it? And the aversion starts immediately. She can feel the gravity while hurling her inside out. The secret within humans to be pulled to the fore. She needs it, but not just yet. I wonder what it is you think you can do at this point. You're already conceded. Unless you're hoping for some reconciliation between humanity and the alien. That is by definition impossible. It must not be too impossible, or you wouldn't be training all your weapons on me. Well, I am impressed because I finally have no idea what it is you are doing. But just because I don't understand doesn't mean you're not going to prevent it. You have no understanding of what the violence of actual combat is like under Earth's authority. My fucking god, it's the big fight! Oh my god. Iapetus Roncavotera is equipped with certain features that allow it to divide and categorize its own abstract ability with a lot of application, sophisticated and sinister, and the warrant of Earth itself behind it. So Lunaterra figures the best solution is to just shoot at him a lot. It's honestly a very good solution. Iapetus buckles, and whatever thing he thought he was doing, he isn't. Huh, easy. That's because the hard part is coming next. Promise? Heh, you say that now, but thanks for going along, even though I didn't tell you everything. I know how to make a best of a bad ending. Hey, it's not anything worse than whatever you had planned, probably. So help me make it the best bad end we can find. Pay attention or die! The intent is lethal and simple, but the weight is not heavy enough to kill. The string of pearls tears a hot pink scar through space-time. His bullets can go there. If you can come close enough to talk to me, you can come close enough to kill me. But I don't want either. I want you to never see or know you throughout space and time. Indeed, so complete the transition. If you remain human, you'll die. I can assure it. The Autonomous military units come to his aid, but their sensors are off. Their movements are slow. Human gravity is losing its authority here, and their tools are useless. I could seriously, really use a little bit of help here. Well, if you're actually asking... Pluto unfolds the rhythm. She decodes the sequence. Plates shift, engines hum, her eyes open. So she opens up her eye. Her other biggest, big enough to swallow it whole, and then she blinks and swallows. She's got hungry eyes. Blue's hands hold Saturn's tightly. I thought you promised no bad endings. That's what I'm trying. It might really be working. This already feels too good. I really know what you mean now. Do you have an answer? The answer? The answer? Is this Armor Core 4? Armor Core 4? Armor Core 4? I'm sorry. I'm sort of counting on you for it. You think I know how to find the good future in all of this? Well, you're a good person. I need you to be the one that's not just thinking just about us, but the humans left behind too. You think you wouldn't? I think you think too much of me, and too little of yourself. Iapetus has an answer. This story ends when the weapons that is designed without exception to kill does so, and forces a choice between one or two sides, human or alien. Two distinct and incompatible worlds. The mathematical model needs to be It needs to be perfect. It needs to allow for exchange of matter, light, information without allowing for understanding or communication. This is an extremely easy calculation to create. It's the oldest narrative there is. It's the one that Earth has told again and again and again. Iapetus has an extensive library to draw from, starting from the first moment humans separated light from dark. There is a way, and fuck off with this, we don't want it. I love the callbacks to the Bible there, right there, like Genesis. This is great. I need to turn down the music though, that was getting really loud. Saturn throws that narration out. Why should it work like that? Oh, never mind, the answer, the music just picked up. I'm gonna save game. Saturn throws that narration out. Why should it work like that? Why not make up something different? Who says physics works this way? Who says the calculations turn out that way? Iapetus wants us to take the fall. For everyone. For the Earth. For us to scapegoat each other. I hate that. If our cores collapse, a world where anything is possible arises, and at the same time, we will have closed off all the possibilities that make us human. The existential threat we always feared and hoped to unite. The existential threat we always feared and hoped to unite us will be real, and they will finally have a real war. I want all of that, but I just want to add a little tiny bit extra to it. Iapetus wants to risk the only information it will be possible to exchange between us to violence. But you want something different to be exchanged, so that we can't hurt each other, but that we can something else with each other. It will have to be very small and very imprecise. At least it'll be something different, you know? There's no chance of going back to being human. Not zero chance, although we won't even remember what being human is, so it's pretty low, I guess. That's good enough for me. Let's hope it's good enough for us all. There's no limit to how big we can get. Size is a funny dream. It's relative. It doesn't have to matter anymore. It can be set like any other variable. As the gravity well draws matter towards it, and even light, it emits a not energy, a not light, that can perfectly make up a body just as well as all that. Big enough that to be equal to the Earth. Big and close enough to compete with the Moon. To anchor in space and time equal division between us. To be able to be a new and separate world. The autonomous units are single vectors, prepared for human violence, and we can't be cheated like that anymore. Only sad humans can have their gravitational oppression in the universe terminated by the extinguishing of their bodies. They'll have to fight us on our terms, if they want to get rid of us now. The way humans should fight, with no fear of ending. So it's a not death fighting. I like that. The consequences will be unimaginable. We aren't going to have cells or consciousnesses like we're used to having. That's what it means to give up humanity. We won't know who we are, and we might not understand or grasp each other anymore. That's true. You might not know how true that is. It's so true. The final mystery of what is human, what is alien, ever shifting, for all ground reclaimed by humans lost to them. Humans have a lot. We'd only be able to imagine what it was like to be them. Hey, it's not all bad though. Don't overestimate the human race. Do the math. If we lose how humans love each other, do you think there's ways to love each other that humans don't know yet? Do they really know every way there is to touch and know each other? Or is there still much more to learn too? Maybe we're only scratching the surface. There are many routes. We won't understand each other in the same ways, but we'll understand each other in ways we never could. And we will now write a new story, with our gravity, a new world. As we leave the level existence he insists on engaging us at, our tides push back, and Earth's tides, which no longer bind us, insist on him. What are you doing, hypocrite? You want to fight in the realm of heaven? Your place is on Earth. That's only to wonder at now. The story's ending twist. We are far away, another space and time. Watch us in the sky, but never touch. Until you find your answer on Earth, you'll never touch heaven. You know, no matter how bad you are at being human, there's no other way to be. It's really disappointing, but it's simply true. We just can't think of any other terms. You can say you want to not be human, but can you actually make it happen? even how to be logistically, technically, and philosophically make it happen. How do you blueprint it in the first place? Every time we try to imagine an alien, in the end, it's just ourselves from a different angle, because all we have are human things. So the ambition to assemble them in order, so the ambition to assemble in order that's an alien to us is kind of inherently doomed. But that doesn't mean it's useless. Imagining that which is human, that humans are not. When I say I don't want to be human, what I really mean is I can't stand being human like this. Emphasis on like this. What I want instead is to be human like that. That was the beginning of the space dream. Everyone in the Memorial Foundation felt that way when they sent us here. Yeah, fucking huge mood, like... Hun, I've been telling you this. This game is basically like what we've all been talking about like for the past month or so. Anyways, sorry, I'm not crying, you're crying right now. Fuck, shit. Anyways, God, this is just like, you know, the devil. I'm gonna start crying at the end of this. Anyways, everyone in the Memorial Foundation felt that way when they sent us here. And everyone on Earth who believed in us felt that the same way. Let's be more human. How much more human can we be? Uh-oh, there's more endings that get crazier. Uh-oh. That faith waned. Maybe because they were jealous. Yet, maybe also because the direction we were taking the future wasn't enough. Just another human that didn't want to be. Or sort of human that they're scared of being. I don't owe them anything, but there's one more thing I can't stand. Not being seen for what I am. So, choose to come with us, or choose to stay, but I won't be happy without them knowing what they're missing out on. Look up in the sky and see all the weird stuff we got to do with each other. And come join. Reactor collapse, eversion event. The impulse, always deep and always lurking, to turn inside out. Everything has reversed. Nothing is the same. Giving up everything that isn't real for everything that is. So now they can't stand to touch each other, can't lie in bed with each other, can't get legs entangled with each other. Instead, they have ways of physically interfacing that aren't like anything we could imagine. Clouds of particles drift into each other. Maybe they touch through each other instead of just on the surface. It can be in a cold and gentle way, like through a ghost, or maybe a warm and gross way, like reaching the guts. Smiles communicated in physical light, an embrace of psychedelic mind matter, lazy sex in a morning bed, except the bed is the curvature of space-time, and sex is something so obscene it would make your mind implode to consider it or something. The ship silk fused to the hide, the gravity reactor to the flesh, because humans have sciences to distinguish the differences between those things, and these new aliens don't. They won't have arts or sciences, they won't know what the differences are, and they won't know what they mean, but they will understand the difference between many other kinds of things that we do not understand. A real hero would have turned out differently, but that's not who we are. Our ships have mouths now, and they are open, and they can scream. There can be sound in space. Now our vibrations can touch the things that aren't there. Humans know it's time to flee. The threat from within is now without, as they desired. The moon is no longer hospitable, as alien and mysterious as it was long before it was possible to reach it. Can't speak or write, has other ways of communicating information. Can't use the old senses, has new organs for it now. Can't love in the old ways. There are new ways of having that too. Lying together, in the stars, we can do that, though. The metaphor translates. That's what this is indisputably. And everyone is invited who wants to become a world and never touch Earth. There's a different world now. Their strange intimacy can touch us even now, longing to teach us and tell us what they've learned, what they share laughing with each other even now. They are so far away they cannot even be our enemies, but they will break our hearts. Oh, it's fucking constellations. God fucking damn it. Fuck. Fuck me. God damn it. Ugh. Oh. And that comes back to how we try to interpret constellations, because, like, a lot of times we look at constellations like, how is that a goat? And it's like, well, because someone drew it in a way, and, like, the translation was lost, but it's like, the stars are not knowable. They're not even at the same distances. It's not a 2D plane. We're just abstracting human ideas onto the constellations. And that's what a fucking constellation is. Oh, God, I love this game. Yeah, no, it does. This is like almost word for word that ending where they all basically become demons and angels, essentially. Ugh. It's a lovely night tonight. Perfect, not for stargazing, because the light of the trinary system outshines them by far. But it's a perfect night to watch the three of them. Look, there's Lunaterra, the 2-in-1, rising almost full. She almost outshines the moon, a bridge between the Earth and the moon no one can cross. The nebula cloud of Pluto is a shimmering, benevolent mistard, swallowing an eighth of the sky in a permanent sort of twilight. And glittering twinkling of Saturn attracts the edge of your sight, this way and that, always seem to be in the corner of your eye, but hard to see directly, and making the boundaries of your heart and mind ever so thin. We lay out our blankets and watch until someone catches us, and we run. But it's all fun and games until that day comes. They're waiting for us always. They just need 1 or 3 to reach out to them again, even if it's just to fight, to touch them once again. God. Oh, God. That was a fucking game and a half. I'm fucking speechless. That I think that's even the worst part, is that was just 1 fucking third of the game. We just got one ending. There's like 2 other endings. Was that like the bigger ending, or like what can you, how can you fucking go from there in different endings? Is it like Armored Core, where like each ending is like there's... Oh, that's right. Because Mercury personally knows Saturn, so like Luna and Pluto probably have their own people. Oh, God. We are definitely not playing we're not playing as like the other thing tonight, but goddamn, I need to play this game again on stream. Good fucking lord. Yeah, that's true. Oh, my throat is sore from talking so much as well. Man. Well, fuck, now I have like so much inspiration for like stories and stuff that I like scribble in my notes and shit. But like, goddamn. Let me go back to OBS. Good lord. Alright. I think that's it for tonight. It's already 2 a.m. and I usually end by like 1:50-ish, or usually try, but I end up going past that. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and exit the game. Go back to here. I'm gonna go ahead and start up Sweet Frida. Honey, we're supposed to fucking go to bed. Alright. Good lord. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Well, thank you for all who showed up. It was nice to see the newcomer. Thank you for watching this absolutely scuffed stream of mine, Cyber. But yeah, welcome to my little corner of hell where I play these games and have mental breakdowns on stream. And scuff it. Your brainlets are toasty. That's good to know, Amara. But yeah, it is almost 2:30, and it is probably time. Hey, my audio's clear. That's the less scuff than many streams. Yeah, okay, I guess that's clear. Yeah, Mara's my little comment tormentor. I mistakenly gave her mod privileges, so let me go see who's streaming right now and who I can raid. Alright, who should we raid? Dodo-sama's playing Dune Awakening. I might raid Dodo. They're pretty... I like raiding smaller streamers like me. Alright, I forget how to raid. In OBS. Yeah, small stream. There we go. That's not it. Slash raid username? Okay, they can probably do it. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go ahead and raid Dodo-sama. They're a nice streamer. They're playing Dune Awakening right now, so we'll go ahead and raid them. Alright, go ahead and start the raid. That'll work. Username Dodo-sama Vita. Ah, fuck, it was an invalid name. Let me see if I can do it from my phone real quick. Actually, I might be able to do it from Stream Manager. Alright, let's try this. Raid channel. Start raid. There we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, see you in the raid. Bye-bye. Alright, I can choose the raid. It was nice streaming with y'all, and we're gonna head to raid now. Y'all have a good night, and see you in Dodo Sama's stream. Bye-bye.